Chapter 151. Preparations for Interstellar Exploration. Chen Yu stepped forward to explain, "Don't be surprised, Solara is an alien from a higher civilization. Learning our language is very simple." Chen Yu's explanation shocked his family even more. However, Chen's mother, Xiao Shahen, was a little worried, so she leaned close to Chen Yu and whispered, "Xiao, this alien woman looks pretty good, but can she give you children? Why don't you marry both Xiao and Xiaoshu from the last dinner? Anyway, you have the final say on Earth. You should have offspring for our Chen family as soon as possible." Chen Yu rubbed his forehead. His mother was indeed thinking about these things, even wanting him to marry Suro and Xiaoyueshu. She truly is my own mother. Now that her son is powerful, she doesn't forget to have him marry a few more wives. "Oh, Mom, what are you thinking about? You're almost 26, and I'm worried about your marriage." "I know, and also, Solara is also a human, and I will have offspring with her. It's just not possible now. When the time is right in the future, our offspring will directly become higher life forms." Xiao Shahen didn't understand what Chen Yu meant by higher life forms. She only heard one thing, which was that this alien woman could have children. After dismissing his mother, Chen Yu came to Solara's side and said awkwardly, "You should have heard everything, right? I didn't hear your conversation with your mother. Don't mind what my mom said. She's just like that. On our Earth, 26 years old is the age to get married, so she's a little anxious. Don't you have two Earth women named Xiao and Xiaoshu? Why don't you let them have children for you first? You said you didn't hear? I knew it. With your Tier 2 interstellar life form ability, you should be able to hear even if my mom and I speak softly." "Humph, I didn't." Chen Yu revealed a "just as I thought" expression. Women, whether Earth women or alien women, are all duplicitous. "Alright, let's go inside. I'll let you taste my cooking today. I'll personally cook a table of dishes for you." In the evening, Chen Yu personally cooked, and Solara was very curious. She wondered how the delicacies she had eaten at the White House banquet hall were made. But this time, Chen Yu made lobster, abalone, and all kinds of delicacies. Compared to the fish-flavored shredded pork and twice-cooked pork that were served to them last time, they were simply not in the same category. "Chen Yu, are you sure you can really eat this creature with such disgusting pincers on its head? On our planet, similar creatures are disgusting bedbugs." Chen Yu looked at the hairy crab that Solara was pointing at, with a disgusted expression. "Big sister, this is our planet's most authentic Yangchang Lake hairy crab. The taste is delicious and makes people unable to stop. You actually say it's a bedbug. But it's completely different from the delicacies you treated us to last time." Chen Yu was speechless and could only explain helplessly. Haha, Lala, I'll tell you something. Don't be angry when you hear it." Solara frowned. "Speak." The dishes I treated you to last time were all the most common home-cooked dishes on our Earth. Compared to these delicacies, they are nothing at all. I was just fooling you at the time." Solara's beautiful eyes widened. "What? Are you saying that the delicacies you treated us to last time were the most common food on your Earth?" "More or less, but as long as the cooking is good, these ordinary dishes are also delicious. Don't think I was neglecting you at the time." Unexpectedly, Solara wasn't angry, but even more surprised. "Haha, indeed, our Earth is a planet that focuses on eating. No matter what creature is placed in front of us, the first thing we consider is whether this thing can be eaten." Chen Yu's explanation made Solara even more expectant, looking forward to what the creature with pincers on its head tasted like. After 2 hours of Chen Yu's hard work, a table of delicacies was brought to the table. Lobster, abalone, sea cucumber, crab, tuna, all kinds of things running in the mountains and swimming in the water. Of course, there were also famous dishes from various regions of Yangtze, filling the table. Solara was stunned, but she was a little disappointed in her heart. Why wasn't there the fish-flavored shredded pork from last time? Sister-in-law, my brother personally cooked a table of dishes for us. Why don't you seem happy?" Solara gave a forced smile and said. "Why isn't there fish-flavored shredded pork? That's the most delicious food I've ever eaten. Why didn't your brother make it?" Chen Jia was dumbfounded. With so many delicacies, why would her sister-in-law be thinking about a plate of fish-flavored shredded pork? Chen Jia looked at Chen Yu in confusion. Could it be that her sister-in-law is more simple and only likes to eat home-cooked dishes? Chen Yu explained. Your sister-in-law hasn't seen much of the world. Before, when I treated people from her planet, I only made some ordinary home-cooked dishes. They thought it was delicious, so they were deeply impressed. Chen Jia understood now. Sister-in-law, let me tell you this, these dishes are much more delicious than the fish-flavored shredded pork you are thinking about. Don't you believe me? Try it. Only then, with Chen Yu's help, did Solara pick up a hairy crab and a king crab. Chen Yu helped her separate them, and the crab meat and crab roe entered her mouth. Solara was immediately shocked. It turned out that Chen Yu and the Chen family were right. Compared to these delicacies, the food she had eaten before could only be considered ordinary. In the end, Solara tasted every dish, which shocked her so much that she couldn't close her mouth, and she kept eating. Sure enough, the appetite of aliens is also extraordinary, and she even gnawed a big shrimp clean. Unexpectedly, this disgusting creature on Earth, when cooked, is actually so delicious. This simply subverted Solara's understanding. The family finished dinner in such a harmonious atmosphere. Time passed quickly, and half a year passed. Chen Yu's Earth Defense Fleet, under the full construction of the shipbuilding factory, had already built 500 ships. The quantum base station in space had also been built. Chen Yu also built a backup quantum communication base station in a hidden crater on the back of the moon. 2 sets of real-time communication devices ensure that Chen Yu can control the situation here even after leaving Earth. Because in the past 6 months, the huge submarine hidden in the depths of the Pacific Ocean had still not surfaced. This is the only hidden danger before Chen Yu leaves Earth. As for the Messrs Star sending a fleet again, he is not worried at all. According to Solara's account, the Messrs Star currently has a total of 5 homeworld-class motherships. Since this one had been captured by Chen Yu, then the Messrs Star could not send the remaining 4 at the same time to attack Earth. Therefore, Chen Yu only needs to build 1,000 Tier 3 civilization attack ships and leave them to protect Earth. At least it can resist a colonial attack from a Tier 3 civilization early-stage planet. As long as the other party doesn't prepare enough, it is basically impossible to take down Earth in one go. Chen Yu is more worried about the remnants of the old Americans in the seabed. They understand the Earth's environment better. They may use other methods to cause trouble on Earth. However, Chen Yu no longer has time to take care of them. In another half a year, after he builds 1,000 attack ships, he must go to the depths of the universe for some exploration. Go to the edge of the black hole to collect the materials for the warp engine of the number 1 mothership. Another half a year later. Chapter 152. Chen Yu's shipbuilding factory exceeded its task, constructing a total of 1,200 attack ships. Adding the 200 ships remaining from before, he now has 1,400 attack ships. Chen Yu plans to take 300 attack ships with him, leaving 1,100 to protect Earth. At the Huanyu Science and Technology Park, Chen Yu's Level 7 Civilization No. 1 mothership was a rare sight on the ground. Its mountain-like size made those with megalophobia afraid to even look at it. Even though the No. 1 mothership was already so large at 1.2 kilometers in length. Suro and Xiaoyuesho also came. Seeing Solara standing next to Chen Yu, even though the 2 women had met her several months ago, they still felt uncomfortable every time they saw her. Because this woman had such a good figure, and her appearance was like an elf. Most men on Earth would probably like this kind of sexy girl who walks straight out of an anime. Suro and Xiaoyuesho stepped forward to say goodbye to Chen Yu. Chen Yu, how long will you be gone this time? Suro asked. I'm going to explore the black hole closest to our Earth. It has what I need. It will probably take 8 or 9 months to get there. As for when I'll be back, it depends on whether I encounter any trouble. If all goes well, it should be within 2 years. Suro's expression became disappointed, and Xiaoyuesho was no better off. Chen Yu stepped forward, touched Suro's head, and gave her a comforting smile. Xiaoro, wait for me. When I come back, will you be willing to marry me? Suro's eyes widened, staring at Chen Yu in disbelief, and then she looked at Solara behind Chen Yu. Seeing that she didn't seem to have any unusual reaction. Silly girl, I'm an earthling, so I definitely have to marry an earth wife. Why are you looking at Solara? Suro was momentarily overwhelmed by happiness. Chen Yu, are you really willing to marry me? What about Miss Solara and Little Clip? Chen Yu leaned close to Suro's ear and whispered. Little Clip is just a robot. Don't tell anyone. She doesn't want me to tell others right now. Little Clip, who was nearby, put her hands on her hips. She probably heard it. Suro then looked at Xiaoyueshu, who had a look of disappointment on her face. This little girl also kept a close eye on Chen Yu. She had heard Chen Yu say that he was going to marry Suro when he returned, and she immediately felt like she had lost the whole world. Just as Xiaoyueshu was feeling lost, Chen Yu came in front of her. He held her swaying body with both hands and said, "Yueshu, do you want to marry me?" Xiaoyueshu was dumbfounded. What was going on? Aren't you going to marry Suro? Why are you asking me this? Chen Yu gently stroked Xiaoyueshu's delicate nose and said dotingly, "Aren't I basically the Earth Lord now? Giving myself a privilege, marrying another wife is also possible." Xiaoyueshu was stunned. So, Chen Yu was going to marry her too. The incomparably disappointed expression from just now instantly turned into ecstasy. She jumped up and threw herself on Chen Yu, crying with joy. The feeling of returning from hell to heaven was truly wonderful. Suro, who was on the side, was not surprised. She could tell that Chen Yu also had feelings for Xiaoyueshu. She could completely accept that such a powerful man would marry two wives. After Chen Yu said goodbye to his family and the leaders of various countries, he boarded the No. 1 mothership with Solara. Earth's shipbuilding factory would not stop working and would continue to produce Level 3 civilization attack ships non-stop. Earth's defensive strength would only become stronger and stronger. Inside the No. 1 mothership's command room, Solara said in annoyance. "Why didn't you bring your two women with you? Wouldn't you be able to have a good time every night? What nonsense are you talking about? They're just ordinary Earth women. The environment in space is so harsh, so it's better not to take them. If we encounter any special circumstances, people like us who are star cluster level 2 life forms or higher can deal with it better, right? You're a man, you decide. What's wrong, are you jealous?" "Humph, why would I be jealous? Doesn't your Earth have the custom of polygamy?" "Hehe, it's good that you understand me." Solara rolled her eyes. The No. 1 mothership slowly ascended. In the Science and Technology Park's square, the crowd waved their hands excitedly. This was the first time that someone from Earth was conducting interstellar exploration, and they were even leaving the solar system. Especially the astronomers in the crowd, they were almost crying with excitement. The No. 1 mothership arrived in space and directly docked into the former Messaras, now called the Huanya Homeworld-class mothership. Inside the ship's cargo bay, 300 attack ships were already parked, serving as a protective fleet. Chen Yu also arranged for those 1,100 Messaras people to be on the Huanya Homeworld-class mothership. After all, he didn't feel safe putting these aliens on Earth. As for bringing them on the ship, Chen Yu wasn't afraid of them collectively rebelling. Because Chen Yu had a backup plan. Together with the AI, he had tailored a kind of submission system for these Messaras people. Although it was a bit inhumane, Chen Yu felt it was necessary. Chapter 153. Chen Yu, together with the AI, designed a biological bomb. He implanted one in every Messaras star person. Of course, Solara definitely didn't have one. As long as these people thought of resisting, or threatened Chen Yu's safety, the AI would detonate the biological bombs in their bodies at the first moment, instantly blasting their brainstems to pieces, sending them straight to their deaths. Everything was prepared. Chen Yu, Solara, and Little Clip, who had been serving Chen Yu all along, stood in the command room of the Universal Class home ship. "Let's set off, destination, the nearest black hole, 200 light-years away." The AI received the order and controlled the Universal to activate the warp engine. Warp engine successfully activated, locating the black hole target, location successful, entering the alternate dimension space, performing space warp. Space distortion appeared in front and behind the Universal Class home ship. This warp engine, which wasn't even at the peak of a level 2 civilization, could only create the most basic space distortion. The ship Chen Yu captured was only a level 2 civilization peak ship, and its warp engine could only form the most basic alternate dimension space. So the speed was only 300 times the speed of light, while Chen Yu's level 7 civilization flagship could create a deep alternate dimension space, and as long as the ship entered this space, it could achieve tens of millions of times the speed of light. The Universal slowly disappeared into space, heading towards the black hole 200 light-years away. "Captain, the Universal spaceship has activated light-speed flight, running smoothly, it is expected to arrive at the black hole in 8 months. Okay, another long journey. Fortunately, Chen Yu had Solara and Little Clip by his side this time, so it wouldn't be so boring. Messrs. 270 light-years away from Earth. Almost 2 years had passed, and the Messrs fleet they sent out had not returned any news. Even the envoys from Cecilia had come several times, asking if they had taken the life planet. But almost 2 years had passed, and the Messrs had sunk like a stone in the sea, without a single signal returning. This time, Cecilia's supreme ruler, King Cecilia, personally came to Messrs. In the planet's highest council hall. The burly and tall King Cecilia sat in the highest main seat. Beside him sat Queen Salas, the supreme leader of Messrs, with fair skin similar to that of Earth women. She was graceful and luxurious, with extraordinary beauty. Because she was older than Solara, she had a mature charm and was full of amorous feelings. It could be seen that Messrs women were so talented in beauty, no wonder the planet's name had the character for beauty. King Cecilia in the main seat questioned displeased. Queen Salas, about 2 years ago, I sent our General Cecilia to your planet to discuss the purchase of that life planet. You said that you could take that planet in a year. Now that almost 2 years have passed, why is there no news at all? Queen Salas was also very puzzled. According to the plan, the fleet they sent out should have sent a signal back a year ago to report the success of the colonization. Now that almost 2 years had passed, that planet should have been successfully colonized long ago. The Messrs class home ship should have returned, but now not only was there no news, but they didn't even know where the ship had gone. Seeing Salas frowning in distress, King Cecilia continued. Queen Salas, where is the integrity of your Messrs? Could it be that you think our Cecilia can't afford the money, and you sold that life planet to someone else? Salas quickly explained, she couldn't wear this hat. King Cecilia, we definitely didn't sell that life planet to someone else. Since you have come in person, I won't hide it from you. The class home ship we sent out has not sent back a single message so far. I guess they may have encountered trouble on that planet. It is possible that the information returned by the previous exploration ship had an error in the civilization level of that planet. King Cecilia frowned and stared at Salas, as if trying to see through whether the other party was lying. Then next, will you send a fleet again? Salas sighed and said. Our planet has a total of 5 class home fleets. Now that one has been sent out without any news, if that planet is really strange, we have to send at least 2 class home fleets. Then our Messrs home planet will only have 2 class home ships left, which will be a great burden on our defense. Salas looked at King Cecilia, as if waiting for the other party's attitude. Humph, Salas, do you want me to send a fleet? However, the price will no longer be what we said before. Salas was also very helpless. Since her fleet had problems, she could only lower the price to King Cecilia. The 30 billion galaxy coins we talked about before, I will give you 10 billion less now, only 20 billion galaxy coins, I will send a class home mothership to cooperate with you. King Cecilia was also a shrewd person, this was the time to frantically bargain. Hee, Queen Salas, a high-quality life planet is only 20 billion galaxy coins, and besides, the specific situation of this planet is still unknown, your price is still not sincere. Chapter 154. Salas was speechless. That dog. Their star chieftain Sosai had extorted General Ceci in this way before. Now it was the other party's turn to bargain. Queen Cecilia, what do you think is appropriate? 10 billion galaxy credits. This is the most reasonable price. Otherwise, I will report you to the Interstellar Federation. You reached an agreement with me before, but now you are going back on your word. The fines you may face will be more than 10 billion galaxy credits. Salas gritted her teeth. Okay, I promise you, but you must protect my fleet. Good, Queen Salas. The strength of Cecilia Star is beyond the imagination of planets like yours that haven't even touched the threshold of level 3 civilization. Salas's exquisite elven face revealed an unspeakable disgust. Then I look forward to good news from Queen Cecilia. The two sides reached an agreement. Mesola's Star sent a home-class fleet to assist the Cecilia Star fleet. Cecilia Star then sent 2 level 3 civilization home-class fleets, forming a luxurious fleet lineup of 3 home-class ships. With this kind of strength, they could even conquer a level 2 civilization mid-stage planet. Chen Yu didn't know that 2 civilizations had joined forces to go to Earth. He had been traveling in space for 3 months. Chen Yu was absorbing cosmic energy in his private training room. In the alternate dimension space, there was also abundant energy, and even more high-energy cosmic rays. Chen Yu would only stop after absorbing his fill every day, and his brain domain development never ceased. Chen Yu's brain domain development had now reached 9.998%, just one step away from breaking through 10%. But Chen Yu found that this little bit of difference was what he couldn't break through. He sat in the training room and asked the AI. My brain domain development, why has it been stuck at nearly 10%? It's been 3 months. In the past, I could improve by at least 0.5% in 3 months. AI, do you know why? Captain, of course, I know 10% brain domain development is a threshold. Once the brain domain development exceeds 10%, you basically enter the ranks of intermediate life forms. But your actual level is still at the early stage of a level 3 interstellar life form. So your brain domain development has advanced ahead of your physical development, so you will encounter this threshold. Only extremely talented humans will have their life level remain at the initial stage when their brain domain development exceeds 10%. Then, if I can break through my brain domain to over 10% before entering the level 4 interstellar life form, wouldn't I be 1 in 10,000 geniuses? Not 1 in 10,000, but 1 in hundreds of billions, or even higher, because your situation is rare even on hundreds of human planets. So among the hundreds of billions of advanced civilization humans, you are an extremely rare case. Chen Yu widened his eyes. So his talent was so good. Ha ha ha, so I am such a talented player. Chen Yu boasted. Captain, don't be proud. The reason why your brain domain has expanded so quickly is all thanks to me. You are only considered 1 in hundreds of millions with talent within a level 5 civilization, while in our level 7 civilization, you are just average. Chen Yu's good mood disappeared instantly. Alright, stop talking. Your level 7 civilization is awesome. That's for sure. We are just one step away from entering a higher god level civilization. It's just that we haven't found that opportunity, nor have we found the algorithm to subvert time. Subvert time? What is the end of the universe? Maybe it's just a cell wall. Those so-called parallel universes may just be another adjacent cell. If you can't figure it out, don't think about it. Let's not dwell on god-level civilizations. They are the limit of our current imagination and unimaginable god-like existences. Okay, Captain. By the way, just now, I received a message from the Earth Quantum Communication Base Station. The quantum fluctuations on Earth have formed entangled vibrations with the corresponding quantum on our spaceship. After my decryption, a major event has occurred on Earth. Chapter 155. A big deal. Chen Yu frowned. Could it be the remnants of the old Americans from Earth? AI, what exactly is happening on Earth? Captain, just now, at the Universal Colony on Earth, a former old American military base located on the southeastern Miami Peninsula was attacked by genetically modified humans. Satellites in space captured images of that giant submarine. According to analysis, they likely want something from that abandoned military base. Oh. Lock onto that submarine and send a few attack ships to sink it for me. Captain, the submarine's signal has disappeared. We cannot find them. Damn it, is there any way to find that thing? Based on the technology in your current authorization level, you can build underwater probes. Deploy a probe every few hundred kilometers of sea. As soon as they reappear, they will be locked on. Okay, transmit the information back to the intelligence system in the Universal Science and Technology Park to build the probes you mentioned. I'm on a long voyage outside, so home must be safe. Understood, Captain. After dealing with the Earth's affairs, Chen Yu continued his daily training and study plan. Fortunately, he had Solara's company this time, making the long journey less boring. After flying for less than half a year, Chen Yu was absorbing cosmic energy in the training room. Suddenly, the endless starry sky outside the high-strength glass of the training pod changed. From being as swift as a meteor streaking across the sky, it suddenly seemed to freeze. At this moment, the AI's voice sounded in Chen Yu's mind. Captain, according to the orbital program settings, the Universal is shutting down its warp engine 10 million kilometers from the black hole and has now entered the regular flight phase. Finally here? Let me see what a black hole actually looks like. Understood, Captain. Chen Yu called Solara and Little Clamps to the Universal's command center. Outside the huge space glass was a scene of utter silence. A cursor lit up on the glass, indicating the location of the black hole to Chen Yu. Chen Yu stared intently, but saw nothing. Then, the glass displayed a spectral ray image. Instantly, Chen Yu was startled. In the dark and boundless deep space, a huge spherical vortex formed by rays suddenly appeared. Those rays seemed to be circling around that black area. That was because the black hole's gravity was so strong that those energy rays were affected by gravity and bent directly. Wow, this is a black hole? It's so spectacular. It gives people a feeling of being able to devour everything. Solara also opened her mouth wide, looking at this magical scene in disbelief. Although her Messrs star already had the technology to explore the edge of black holes, Solara was also seeing a real black hole for the first time. This is simply too incredible! Solara exclaimed. Chen Yu was also the first human on Earth to personally see a black hole. Captain, this is just a super small black hole. We are currently only 10 million kilometers from the edge of the black hole. If we continue to approach, according to the law of gravitational time, which is your Earth's theory of relativity, we will have a time difference with the original universe. That is to say, 1 hour for us may be 1 month for Earth. If we continue to delve into the black hole's event horizon, this time difference may reach infinity. It could even be said that 1 minute inside is equivalent to thousands of years outside. Chen Yu remembered a movie on Earth called Interstellar. In it, the male and female protagonists went to the edge of a black hole to perform a mission. When they returned, Old Black on the mothership was already several decades older. The current situation was very similar to the plot of the movie. Chen Yu marveled at the magic and greatness of nature, and the mystery and wonder of the universe. Then, Chen Yu thought of a question and asked in his mind. AI, how are we going to collect that strange energy material at the edge of the black hole? Of course, by sending robots. Currently, the bright energy radiation waves at the edge of the black hole are very strong. If you get closer than 5 million kilometers, with your current interstellar level 3 early stage life form, you will not be able to resist such strong radiation. The main thing is that many rays, like neutrinos, can easily penetrate our spaceship's defenses. Therefore, only by improving your own life level and making your body able to resist those strange bright energy rays can you explore deeper into the harsh depths of space. For example, the most terrifying celestial body in the universe, the edge of a quasar formed by a super black hole, because it has devoured the energy of an entire galaxy, there are huge amounts of various strange energy substances around it, but there are also even more terrifying various strange rays. Even an interstellar level 6 life form cannot survive for long under such intensity of radiation. Chen Yu was shocked. What he had just thought of was that if he wanted to travel to the future, he could take a trip to the edge of a black hole. Do you mean that it is really possible to use a black hole to travel to the future? Yes, Captain. Let me give you a simple explanation. Take this black hole as an example. According to my detection of this black hole's gravity, this black hole's mass is about 98 times that of the Sun. Its event horizon is only about 300 kilometers. That is to say, as long as the spaceship's strength is great enough, and the life form's level is high enough, and the ability to withstand gravitational stretching is stronger, then driving the spaceship to rush towards the black hole, as long as it does not exceed approaching 300 kilometers from this black hole, it will not be swallowed by the black hole, but approaching the black hole's event horizon for 1 minute, the external universe will probably pass 10,000 years or even more, depending on the critical point of approaching the event horizon. If the spaceship's strength can support it, and your body level is high enough, you can completely fly to the edge of the black hole and come out again, then countless years will have passed outside. This is equivalent to performing time travel, and you will only feel that you have flown to the black hole and then flew out again. In your time dimension, perhaps only a few hours or even days have passed. Chen Yu imagined those high-dimensional beings. Even God-level civilizations of levels 8, 9, and 10, whether they used this method to perform time travel. For example, they plant their descendants on a planet and let them evolve on their own, and then go around a nearby black hole. After coming out, this planet has passed hundreds of millions of years, or even longer. Wouldn't they be able to immediately see the results of their planting? Transforming a planet also requires hundreds of millions of years of evolution. In front of these high-dimensional beings, it may be completed in an instant. Chen Yu and the AI had a brain-burning conversation about technology in their minds. Finally, Chen Yu ordered the AI to send a robot fleet to approach the black hole to collect the strange energy material to repair the warp engine. All the attack ships on Chen Yu's Universal Home class mothership were dispatched. The AI designed the collection device when building these attack ships. More than 300 attack ships were dispatched, heading towards the black hole. Chapter 156. Next, Chen Yu could only wait in a faraway place. According to the calculations of the intelligent brain, these attack ships could collect those strange energy substances when approaching the black hole by 5 million kilometers. As for the attack ships approaching the black hole, it might just be a quick trip in and out. But for Chen Yu, it might take several months, or even more than a year. And that's just approaching the black hole by 5 million kilometers, going further in would result in even greater time dilation. Captain, why don't we explore the nearby star field? It will take at least several months or even a year before the attack ships return with the collected materials. Okay, where do you think we should explore? We are already 200 light-years away from Earth. The first radio waves from Earth haven't even reached here yet, but I have scanned signals from no less than 5 intelligent civilizations in this star field. The closest one to us is a planet with a civilization level of about 1.5, only less than 10 light-years away. Do we want to go take a look? A level 1.5 civilization. That's not a bad choice. Although it's higher than the previous Earth, Earth has Chen Yu's fleet, which is currently at least equal to a level 3 civilization planet. Okay, let's go take a look at that planet and see what their humans look like. Okay, Captain, setting the course now. It will take approximately 19 days to reach that planet. Okay, let's go. After the intelligent brain left a neutron star positioning device near the black hole, it activated the warp engine and headed straight for that level 1.5 civilization planet. After less than 20 days of faster-than-light travel, the Huanyu-class home ship finally arrived in orbit around this level 1.5 civilization planet. According to the intelligent brain's analysis, this planet is in a stable star system. It's just that their sun has reached the end of its life and is just a dim red dwarf star. The light is not as bright as Earth's, so this planet has to be very close to the star to get enough heat. Because it's too close to the star, if you stand on this planet and look at their sun, it will appear very large, even a bit creepy, but the brightness is very low. The Huanyu activated full stealth mode, using the stealth technology of the level 2 peak civilization, Messeras. It can absolutely deceive all the detectors of this level 1.5 civilization planet. Chen Yu, along with Solala and Little Clip, boarded his most sturdy level 7 civilization number 1 mothership and flew out of the Huanyu's landing bay, heading straight for this planet. Captain, I have already invaded the planet's internet network. We have actually discovered an alien civilization planet. Alien civilization? Tell me about it. According to the intelligent brain's description, this is a non-human intelligent civilization. The humans on their planet don't look like Earthlings. They look more like insectoid creatures with armor. When Chen Yu saw the photos of the intelligent creatures that rule the world, which the intelligent brain had intercepted, he was shocked at just one glance. They look like big cockroaches, with 2 hard scales on their backs, very ugly. It's unbelievable that such an insect civilization could develop to a level 1.5 civilization. Captain, the probes I just released, as well as the decryption of the planet's internal historical network data, have sent back some historical data from the planet's past. The planet's star used to be similar to the Sun. At that time, the ruling race on this planet was still the cosmic human race. At that time, the cosmic human race on this planet even reached a level 2 intermediate civilization, but later, their star's sunlight gradually weakened, and the humans on this planet took the Ark spaceship and left, their whereabouts unknown. On the planet they left behind, the insect civilization that appeared at night gradually rose up. Chen Yu sighed, truly the universe is vast and full of wonders. Life can form under any harsh conditions. Just like this planet, it has already been tidally locked by the red dwarf star. As long as you get close to the red dwarf star, the temperature can barely reach about 10 degrees Celsius. On the side facing away from the red dwarf star, the temperature instantly drops to -120 degrees Celsius. But there are still these insect civilization activities there. Arriving on the planet's surface, the intelligent brain immediately analyzed the planet's atmospheric composition. It's very puzzling that the plants here do not release oxygen. They release carbon dioxide, hydrogen sulfide, methane, and other toxic or harmful gases. And the insect creatures on this planet happen to achieve the decomposition of energy substances by breathing methane in the air. Instead of humans, who need to absorb oxygen in the air to achieve blood circulation in order to convert energy. It is precisely because this planet has a large amount of methane and carbon dioxide. These two are greenhouse gases, which allow the planet's temperature to be maintained. Otherwise, relying on this dying red dwarf star, this planet would have become an ice cube long ago. Chen Yu controlled the number 1 mothership and wandered around the main cities of this planet. Their conditions are very difficult, all caused by the harsh environment of the planet. The whole planet is grey, and the eyesight of those insect people must be very good. Just as the number 1 mothership was scurrying around in the sky above this planet, the intelligent brain gave Chen Yu exciting news. Captain, according to the mineral probes I released, a large number of special metal ores have been discovered at the boundary between day and night on this planet. It is a metal that is almost non-existent in the solar system, called Ling element. This is the most important material for building ultra-high-strength alloys. With this metal, we can build a super alloy that can at least defend against the full blow of a level 3 early civilization's particle energy cannon. That's great. There are still several months or even a year. Why don't we build a shipbuilding factory on this planet and use the resources of this planet to build it? We can also conscript the high-intensity labor of the 12-handed people here. Captain, your idea is great. Okay, I'm going to be a colonizer this time, but I don't like this planet. I just want the insect people on it to be coolies for a year. Thinking of doing it, Chen Yu ordered the intelligent brain to connect to the insect planet's internet. Crack their language and prepare to learn from Captain Sohi and broadcast to the whole world. Captain, the insect planet's network intrusion is complete, the language has been cracked, and we can broadcast to the whole world at any time. Chen Yu called Solala and Little Clip to stand behind him to support the scene. Chen Yu, are you really going to colonize this planet? But they are so pitiful. The planet's environment is so harsh, and they are still working hard to live. It's just that they look too disgusting, like reptiles. Lala, I won't occupy this planet. I just want them to help me do coolie work for a year. Their planet has a Ling element metal, which is the raw material for us to build high-strength alloys. So I plan to build a star fleet with super defense here. Okay, but you better not kill innocent people indiscriminately. Try to talk to them nicely, and don't learn from the cruel practices of our Messeras. Solala has changed a lot since following Chen Yu, at least she has become kinder. Hehe, you are really double standard. The first time you saw me, you wanted to take us humans and use us as feed for your Messeras animals. Solala was speechless. Okay, I'm going to broadcast to the whole world. You just stand still. Chapter 157. After instructing the AI, Chen Yu initiated a global live broadcast to the insect planet of the level 1.5 civilization. At that moment, on this planet, all intelligent display terminals, computers, holographic projection devices, mobile devices, and smart optical brains displayed Chen Yu's image. The insects all over the world saw the live broadcast. Chen Yu faced the camera and said to these insect people, "Greetings to all intelligent life on this planet. I am Chen Yu, a human from a higher civilization. I have come to your planet today hoping to receive your help. I have discovered a special metal on your planet called the Ling element. This metal can be used to manufacture the outer shells of advanced civilization spaceships. I hope you will cooperate with me in mining it. I will establish a shipbuilding factory on your planet, and you only need to work for me for 1 year. After 1 year, I will give you the technology to refine this metal element. If you do not cooperate or resist, I will punish you. I hope you will not seek your own death." After Chen Yu's live broadcast ended, the entire insect planet was in an uproar. The rulers of their planet immediately dispatched their interstellar fleet to search for aliens in space. They found nothing, and just as they were about to give up, Chen Yu sent out 30 attack ships from his number 1 mothership. They launched a full-scale attack on these low-level spaceships that were not even level 2 civilization. In just 1 hour, all the fleets sent by Insect Planet were annihilated by Chen Yu's attack ships. Only then did the Insect Planet rulers realize that this was truly an advanced alien civilization. Moreover, it was the human civilization. Their planet's history recorded that a powerful human civilization once existed on their planet. Therefore, these insect people had an innate fear of humans, which was etched in their genes. The humans of the past could crush them to death with 1 foot. Insects were pests in the eyes of humans. In the end, the Insect Planet rulers sent a signal of surrender into space. Chen Yu directly captured these signals and reached a cooperation agreement with the highest ruler of Insect Planet. When Chen Yu's #1 mothership docked at Insect Planet's most grand capital city, tens of thousands of insect people prostrated themselves on the ground. To them, humans were gods, and fear was etched in their genes. Chen Yu controlled his simulated clone to walk down from the #1 mothership and personally met the highest ruler of Insect Planet. It was a large cockroach-like reptile, standing at least 2 meters tall, with disgusting tentacles on its body. Chen Yu was startled when he first saw these insect people. However, the insect people seemed to be even more afraid of Chen Yu. Chen Yu's every move caused these reptiles to fear. Chen Yu followed their highest leader to their highest standard reception palace. Along the way, the places Chen Yu passed were densely packed with insect people prostrating on the ground, with downcast eyes. It seemed that humans looked like demons in their eyes. Chen Yu found it very funny. He and these reptiles found each other terrifying. Chen Yu, wearing a special real-time translator on his throat, laughed and said, "Ha ha ha, good. Actually, my coming to your planet to build a factory is equivalent to investing here. After my things are built and I leave, the remaining factory will be your valuable wealth." Of course, Sky Envoy knew this. As the highest leader of a level 1.5 civilization, he certainly had this awareness. After discussing the details of the cooperation with Sky Envoy, Chen Yu was invited to their best restaurant for a meal. Looking at the disgusting things on the table, Chen Yu almost vomited out the food he had eaten last night. In these basins were filled with wriggling small insects, like maggots. There were even small insect people who looked similar to these insect people. They were also placed on plates, with a sharp knife next to them. It was just that the shells of these small insect people were lighter, and they should be soft. Sky Envoy saw Chen Yu staring at the small insect people in the plate and explained, "Mr. Chen Yu, these are insect people infants who have been born for less than 3 months. They taste extremely delicious. Only the most distinguished guests like you are qualified to enjoy them. Please use the knife next to you to dissect their bodies and enjoy their delicious flesh." Chen Yu almost vomited when he heard this explanation. As expected of an insect civilization, they even ate their own kind, and they were still 3-month-old infants. Did the parents of these insect people infants just allow their children to be used as a dish? This level 1.5 civilization was much higher than Earth, so how could it still be so barbaric? Chen Yu asked calmly. "Do other insect people on your planet eat these insect people infants?" Chapter 158. The Sky Envoy respectfully replied. Mr. Chen Yu, of course not. Insect infants are only for the royal family and their most loyal staff, as well as higher gene insect people who can fly. These insect people are children born from carefully selected healthy families, absolutely guaranteeing no genetic diseases, ensuring health and naturalness. Please enjoy them with confidence. In the Sky Envoy's view, eating their own kind is very normal. They are, after all, evolved from insects. This kind of behavior is etched in their genes, and it may not be changed for a while. Chen Yu understood, but felt even more disgusted. Chen Yu's expression was somewhat displeased as he said, "Sky Envoy, I am issuing a decree today. From now on, the planet Kunst is forbidden from cannibalism. Write this decree into your highest law, including after I leave in a year. This law must be obeyed, or I will return and destroy your planet." The Sky Envoy was somewhat puzzled. Eating young members of their own species has been a custom for tens of thousands of years. Chen Yu actually banned it just like that. He was a little confused. "But, Mr. Chen Yu, this is our planet's tradition, and if we forbid the royal family from eating insect infants, they will definitely object." Before the Sky Envoy could finish speaking, Chen Yu slammed his hand on the table. The slap cracked the stone table, showing how powerful he was. The Sky Envoy became silent as a cicada in winter, prostrating on the ground, trembling. In the Sky Envoy's eyes, Chen Yu's anger was like humans seeing the most terrifying demon enraged. "Bastard, what is the royal family of your planet? What contribution have they made to this planet?" Chen Yu immediately investigated the information of the Kunst planet's royal family in his mind. The intelligent brain quickly found the answer in their network. Chen Yu was furious after listening to the intelligent brain's explanation. This is blatant oppression and exploitation. Although he came here to conscript these insect people for a year, which is also equivalent to exploitation, Chen Yu did not want to control them forever. He also promised to leave them technology after he left, which is equivalent to letting them take a big step forward. And those so-called insect royal families are disgusting vampires. Although these insect people are disgusting in Chen Yu's eyes, they are also life. They have thoughts, consciousness, and the same intelligence as humans. They should not be subjected to such oppression. Chen Yu's expression became more and more gloomy. The Sky Envoy prostrated on the ground, trembling, fearing that Chen Yu would go berserk. Sky Envoy, stand up. The decree I just said, you must immediately write it into your highest law and never change it. As for your royal family, I think it's time for this planet to change. Under the Sky Envoy's ugly compound eyes, a kind of fear appeared on his face, which was not sure if it was a face. Mr. Chen Yu, are you going to attack our royal family? Humph, yes, you are here to receive me today, not the highest leader of your royal family. Are you looking down on me, Chen Yu? The Sky Envoy bowed again, like a big black ball. Mr. Chen Yu, please calm down. I am here as a representative of the royal family to entertain you. You don't have to say good things for them anymore. I think you also hate those blood-sucking royal family members. The Sky Envoy stopped talking, which already showed his attitude. Okay, then I will destroy those royal families for you and let your Kunst planet redefine a new order. This is the direction of civilization's development. The Sky Envoy prostrated on the ground again, like a big reptile. Chen Yu felt disgusted just looking at it. Stay away from me, I'm allergic to insects. The Sky Envoy was startled as if he had been frightened by a demon, and scurried back to his seat, far away from Chen Yu, not daring to disturb him. Chen Yu looked at the food on the table. It was definitely impossible to eat those wriggling insect infants. Fortunately, there were also fruits on the table. It seemed like he was not giving the Sky Envoy face if he didn't eat anything at all. So the robot Chen Yu curiously picked up something that looked like a dragon fruit, ready to taste it symbolically. The simulation robot can imitate eating, and even after the intelligent brain's improvement. There are millions of taste capture devices in the simulation Chen Yu's mouth. It can perfectly transmit the taste of food to Chen Yu's sensory cells. Even if the alien food is poisonous, it will not poison the real Chen Yu. So Chen Yu picked up the fruit that looked like a dragon fruit and took a bite. Chen Yu felt something wriggling in his mouth and quickly spat it out. Seeing what he spat out, this was no small matter, it was a shocking sight. Even the real Chen Yu in the number 1 mothership felt his whole body go numb. The things spat out were all densely packed with small worms, not much different from maggots. The robot Chen Yu looked at the dragon fruit still in his hand. There were also those wriggling small worms in the place where he had just bitten it open. It was extremely disgusting. Chen Yu pointed at the dragon fruit and questioned the Sky Envoy. Damn! What are these wriggling things inside? Are you trying to harm me? Chapter 159. The Sky Envoy patted his dark armor-clad chest and said confidently. Mr. Chen Yu, I wouldn't dare to harm you. This is the most delicious fruit on our planet. It contains a fruit maggot that is rich in nutrients. It can only grow in our warmest areas. This one fruit can sell for tens of thousands of Kunst coins on our planet. Chen Yu was speechless. Seeing the Sky Envoy's confidence, excitement was even visible on his dark face, or whatever served as a face. Chen Yu dismissed the idea of venting his anger on him. Perhaps in the Sky Envoy's mind, this thing was the best delicacy. Chen Yu said unhappily, throwing the dragon fruit into the plate. I'm not used to your things. To avoid waste, give these things to other staff to eat. The Sky Envoy's eyes lit up. He cautiously stepped forward and took all of Chen Yu's food to his own table. Mr. Chen Yu, if you're not going to eat it, then give it to me. Chen Yu was puzzled. I say, Sky Envoy, you are at least the highest official on your planet. Do you have to be so ravenous? The Sky Envoy said with shame. To be honest, Mr. Chen, our planet's sun has too low a temperature, and there aren't many kinds of plants that grow. Food has always been in short supply. Moreover, a large number of edible insects that can be farmed, and the land for planting crops, are all in the hands of the royal family. Ordinary insect people can only exchange their labor for the necessary food, including me. I must manage the planet well in order to obtain a fixed amount of food. Although it is much better than ordinary insect people, I have not eaten the delicacies you ate today many times. Chen Yu was completely speechless. It seemed that this royal family had to be eradicated. All right, I will get rid of these vampires for you. At this moment, hundreds of insect people holding laser weapons rushed out of the palace. Obviously, Chen Yu's words with the Sky Envoy had reached the ears of the royal family. They were here to arrest Chen Yu. Seeing this, the Sky Envoy scolded. What are you doing? Are you trying to rebel? An insect leader holding a laser gun said disdainfully. Mr. Sky Envoy, I just received an order from the royal family to capture the alien Chen Yu. Only by controlling him can we force his alien fleet to leave. As for you, the royal family already knows your intentions. You will be imprisoned and judged. Kunststar is the royal family's Kunststar, not your Sky Envoy's Kunststar. The Sky Envoy looked at Chen Yu, only to see him unusually calm. Ha, you want to catch me? Use me to force my fleet to leave? Ha ha ha, you really have the brains of insects. Do you think you can control me like this? As expected, you are just a group of bugs who rely on the legacy left by the former human race and barely climbed to a level of 1.5 civilization. Chen Yu's undisguised mockery made even the Sky Envoy's dark face darker. Chen Yu simply devalued their kind of creature to nothing. Fortunately, the genes of these insect people made them feel that the human race was inherently noble. Chen Yu scolding them like this was like the high-caste people in India on earth scolding those low-caste untouchables. There was no psychological burden to beat them, and the untouchables dared not resist in any way. Under this system, the untouchables still expected to get ahead. Enough nonsense, even if you are the superior human race, we will still catch you today. You are invading our planet, and we are protecting ourselves, said the insect leader holding the laser gun. Humph, do you think you few bugs can catch me? It seems that I need to crush a few bugs to death today. Chen Yu's words shocked the group of insect people from a genetic level. When they heard that they would be crushed to death, the genetic memories left by their ancestors when they were ravaged by the human race on this planet began to awaken instinctively. Many insect soldiers holding laser guns and preparing to arrest Chen Yu began to tremble and weaken uncontrollably. Thinking of the sole of a shoe slamming down, turning them into a pile of minced meat, it was simply too terrifying. Ah, I can't stand it anymore, he's so scary, my legs go weak when I see him, I quit. An insect soldier threw down his laser gun and ran away. As mentioned before, Chen Yu's human image, in the eyes of these insect people, looks like a ghost, creepy, terrifying, and frightening. Chen Yu was completely stunned. Was he that scary? Next, one after another, insect soldiers were so frightened that they had diarrhea, and then threw down their laser guns and ran away. Humph, you really are a bunch of insects that can't be brought to the table. After Chen Yu finished speaking, his body moved. Chapter 160. The simulated robot Chen Yu rushed towards the remaining insectoids with swift movements. The insectoid leader issued an order, capture him alive. We have so many insectoids, there's no need to be afraid. The insectoid leader said this, but the fear etched in their souls and genes was not easily dispelled. It's like a human on Earth facing a terrifying being like a vengeful ghost, Sadako or Kayako. Wouldn't you be afraid? Fortunately, these were insectoid soldiers, and despite everything, they were trained and engaged Chen Yu in combat. Robot Chen Yu possessed great strength, which these insectoids couldn't match. Their only advantage was their insect exoskeletons, which acted like armor. They could at least withstand small-caliber bullet attacks, but these insectoids didn't dare to harm Chen Yu. Their purpose was only to capture Chen Yu alive and then threaten his fleet to leave. If they killed Chen Yu, their planet would likely be destroyed instantly. Seeing that they didn't dare to harm him, Chen Yu fought more and more bravely. Bang, bang, bang. Each of his punches could shatter the bodies of these insectoids. Then, green, viscous, and foul-smelling blood flowed out, which was extremely disgusting. Fortunately, Chen Yu wasn't fighting with his real body. If he were, he would find it even more disgusting. These big bugs are really ugly. Bang, bang, bang. After another round of fighting, Chen Yu simply used the laser weapon in his arm. A laser cannon barrel extended from his arm. Pew, pew, pew. Zzz, zzz, zzz. In the end, Chen Yu actually relied on his own strength to kill dozens of insectoids. The Sky Messenger on the side was stunned. Was this the power of the human race? They could even modify laser weapons into their bodies. Inside the command center of Mothership 1, Solala and Little Clip were watching the holographic projection in the center. It was the real-time footage of robot Chen Yu fighting. Solala said. Chen Yu, my hands are itching a bit. I want to go and personally kill these big bugs. Chen Yu waved his hand and said. Forget it. Their blood is very smelly, you definitely won't like it. Also, Their planet's atmosphere isn't suitable for us humans to breathe. You'd need to wear breathing equipment, which is inconvenient. Only then did Solala give up. Okay, what are you going to do about those royals? Humph, just a bunch of vampires attached to this planet. I can wipe them out with a flick of my finger. As he spoke, Robot Chen Yu had already dealt with most of the insectoids. Finally, the insectoid leader fled in panic with the remaining few bugs. They were not only beaten without the ability to fight back, but their spirits were also greatly frightened. After Chen Yu repelled the insectoids who came to arrest him, the Sky Messenger cautiously approached and said respectfully, "Mr. Chen Yu, your combat power is truly too powerful." Chen Yu said disdainfully, "This is just my robot clone. My real body is on the spaceship. My real body's strength is even greater than the robot's, it's simply not on the same level." Chen Yu was right. His real body was now an interstellar Tier 3 life form. "Don't worry, I will solve it for you. When the time comes, I will also need your help." Robot Chen Yu shook off the disgusting blood remaining on his body and left the reception palace. Obviously, the Kunst Stars royals didn't intend to let Chen Yu leave just like that. More troops were gathering outside. Chen Yu on Mothership 1's side. "Sigh, these bugs really don't know the immensity of heaven and earth. Send out 30 attack ships to quickly resolve the current trouble and annihilate all of their royals while you're at it." The 30 attack ships orbiting in space quickly took action. On the capital's square, the bug army preparing to capture Chen Yu was turned into charcoal by a few energy pulse cannons fired from space. Robot Chen Yu successfully returned to Mothership 1. Chen Yu controlled him to take a good bath, he smelled too bad. Subsequently, in just one night, the Kunst Stars royals, including the king, were all annihilated, and the land they controlled was completely liberated. Afterward, the Sky Messenger truly became the highest official of Kunst Star, possessing absolute power. Immediately, a ban was issued. Kunst Star prohibits cannibalism among its own kind. Those who are discovered will be sentenced to death. Many lower-level insectoids cheered enthusiastically. They not only didn't need to sacrifice their children, but they could also equally distribute arable and livestock-raising land. They no longer had to work so hard for their entire lives, and they might not even have a house to live in. But these benefits would have to wait until after 1 year. They had to work for Mr. Chen Yu for 1 year. Subsequently, a large number of insectoids actively participated in Chen Yu's recruitment. They were going to the black and white boundary of this planet, a planet that was tidally locked. The black and white boundary was the border between day and night, where large-scale mining sites would be established. And dozens of warship factories would be built. Although the production conditions on this planet were very poor, the mines were really abundant. All the elements Chen Yu needed to build warships could be found on this planet. Even if some were missing, they could be replaced with other elements. Mainly, there was a lot of Ling element, and the manufactured spaceship hulls could defend against the full blow of a Tier 3 civilization's energy cannon. If they were to fight those Annihilator-class battleships from Mesola's star again, they could ignore the small laser cannons on them and directly push through. Thus, Chen Yu's first interstellar colonization began. These insectoids were indeed worthy of having 12 hands. Their work efficiency was several times that of humans. In less than a month, they had built 10 super warship factories. Resources from the entire planet were continuously transported to the black and white junction of the planet. Almost every day, dozens of new type attack ships were manufactured. Chen Yu renamed this type of attack ship as the Kunst attack ship. He used the name of this planet to name it, which was also a memorial to these hard-working insectoids. Soon, a year passed, and Chen Yu had built a total of 13,000 Kunst attack ships. It wasn't that Chen Yu didn't want to build more, but the internal cargo hold of the Huanyu-class home mothership couldn't fit any more. It could only hold a maximum of 13,000 ships. When Chen Yu left, he gave the warship factory and the technology for refining the Ling element to Kunst Star. They could build a powerful interstellar fleet to protect their planet. But a Tier 1.5 civilization didn't yet have the technology for faster-than-light travel. Even with the technology of these attack ships, they could only defend. When Chen Yu was about to leave, the highest official of Kunst Star, the Sky Messenger, held the most grand farewell ceremony for Chen Yu on the entire planet. This time, Chen Yu's real body, accompanied by Solala and Little Clip, personally attended the farewell ceremony. Solala hadn't yet been upgraded to an interstellar Tier 3 life form, and the air on this planet wasn't suitable for her to breathe. She could only wear a special breathing apparatus. And Chen Yu had already stepped into the interstellar Tier 3 life form, and he could survive in space. The energy exchange within his body could rely on the ubiquitous cosmic mind energy, so there was no need to wear a breathing apparatus. As for Little Clip, it was a robot itself and didn't need to breathe. Chen Yu brought his people and personally attended the farewell ceremony prepared for them by the Sky Messenger. This was the first time the Sky Messenger had seen Chen Yu's real body. He was a little uneasy and wanted to extend his arm to shake hands with Chen Yu. Chen Yu had stayed here for a year and had become accustomed to these bugs. They were still very kind at heart. So, he extended his hand. Sky Messenger, this time I have come in person. Do you want to shake hands with me? Chapter 161. Tens of thousands of insectoids looked enviously at the Sky Envoy. Being able to shake hands with a living human, they all felt it was an honor for the Sky Envoy. The Sky Envoy was somewhat restrained, appearing lacking in confidence as he said. Honorable Mr. Chen Yu, we are merely lowly insectoids, how can we touch your sacred body? Chen Yu was speechless. It seemed these insectoids looked down upon themselves so much, regarding humans as so lofty and unattainable. Chen Yu felt it necessary to instill some ideas in them, otherwise, their civilization would not go very far. Sky Envoy, don't say that. You and I are the same. We both belong to intelligent races. The vast universe is full of wonders. There are humans, and of course, there are insectoids like you. Perhaps there are even more complex silicon-based life forms. Our essence is the same. We have thoughts and consciousness, and we should treat each other equally. Chen Yu's words, amplified through loudspeakers, reached the ears of the insectoids participating in the ceremony in the giant plaza. And through satellites, it was broadcast live to the televisions in every insectoid home. This rhetoric of equality for all beings awakened the minds of the insectoids who had been oppressed by the royal family for tens of thousands of years. The Sky Envoy came before Chen Yu and prostrated himself on the ground. This time, Chen Yu finally saw his face clearly. It turned out to be below his compound eyes and above his disgusting large mouth. It looked like a big ant's head. Up close, it wasn't so disgusting, but rather kind of cute. Why are you still kneeling to me? Wasn't I just liberating your minds? The Sky Envoy was moved to tears. After kowtowing, he stood up, his back straight. He extended one of his hands. Mr. Chen Yu, thank you. You are the savior of our planet. If you ever need us insectoids in the future, we will go through fire and water, even to our deaths. As for why the insectoids knew these idioms, it was because the translator summarized their meanings into these idioms. Chen Yu also extended his hand, not minding the disgust, and grasped the insectoid's hand. Chen Yu had originally thought that insect hands would be hard. Unexpectedly, the front of their hands was similar to humans, soft, and even had some protrusions, much like human fingers. This was a big step for their insectoids. The Sky Envoy looked at the hand he had just shaken with Chen Yu, unable to calm down for a long time. Sky Envoy, I will build a quantum communication base station here for you. Inside, there will be a quantum entangled with my spaceship. You can use it to contact me at any time in this vast universe. If I enter a higher civilization in the future, I can send you some opportunities. Also, your sun is estimated to last only a few hundred years. If I find a habitable planet suitable for you insectoids, I will contact you then. The Sky Envoy was extremely shocked. It seemed that Chen Yu was indeed the benefactor of their planet. Mr. Chen Yu, I thank you on behalf of the billions of people of planet Kunst. After the farewell ceremony ended, Chen Yu led more than 10,000 Kunst attack ships into space. The Huanyu-class mothership also deactivated its stealth mode. The giant spaceship, over 10 kilometers long, could be seen clearly even from the ground. This shocked the insectoids speechless. They had never seen such a huge spaceship. With their technology, they simply could not build it. The Sky Envoy looked at the behemoth spaceship in the sky, tears of shock streaming down. Although it was unknown which hole the tears were flowing from, he was moved to tears anyway. Chen Yu boarded Mothership No. 1 and returned to the Huanyu-class spaceship. The 13,000 Kunst new type attack ships flew densely into the Huanyu's internal loading bay. Fortunately, the interior of this home-class spaceship did not have cities built in it, only basic crew cabins. If it was like the home-class spaceship that Chen Yu built himself, with the inside full of cities, it would not be able to accommodate so many warships. The 13,000 Kunst attack ships almost filled the inside. The Messrs people, who had been living on the spaceship for a year, gasped when they saw more than 10,000 new type attack ships flying in. What kind of monster was Chen Yu? In just 1 year, he had actually built such a powerful fleet. This could conquer their Messrs planet. Just as Chen Yu was preparing to return to the vicinity of the black hole, the intelligent brain's voice sounded in Chen Yu's mind. Captain, the quantum communicator on the ship has received important news from Earth. Speak quickly. Chapter 162. The AI projected an image onto Chen Yu's retina. It was a picture of Earth taken from space. 3 enormous homeworld-class motherships were suspended in space. This is. They already attempted a live broadcast to Earth, but I intercepted it. They said they were sent by the Messrs Star, along with 2 homeworld-class motherships from another civilization at the early stage of Level 3, called Cecilia Star. They're here because of the previous disappearance of the Messrs Star fleet. Damn it, are they here to interrogate us? But no matter how many people they bring this time, it's destined to be in vain. The Earth now is not the Earth it was over a year ago. After Chen Yu left Earth, the AI constantly controlled the shipbuilding factories on Earth through quantum communication. Now, another year has almost passed, and new attack ships are being built on Earth every day. Adding to the original 1100 plus attack ships, there are now over 2,000 attack ships in total. Chen Yu had complete confidence in dealing with a fleet composed of 3 homeworld-class motherships. AI, connect me to the command room of their homeworld-class mothership. I want to talk to them. Okay, Captain. The AI controlled the intelligent systems on Earth in real time through the quantum communicator on Mothership 1. In Earth's space, more than 200 light-years away. In the command room of the Messrs Star's homeworld-class colony mothership, a communication request sounded. Oh. It's a call request from Earth. Sorsane said. General Cease immediately ordered. Connect their communication request. I want to see what these Earthlings have to say. The communication was immediately established. Chen Yu's virtual image appeared in front of General Cease and Star Chief Sorsane. Chen Yu, wearing a special translator, laughed heartily. You're sent by the Messrs Star again, right? I advise you to get out of here quickly, leave Earth, otherwise, your end will be destruction. Oh, by the way, the fleet you sent more than 2 years ago has already been captured by me. If you don't want to follow in their footsteps, don't be foolish. Chen Yu's words infuriated General Cease and Sorsane. Boy, who are you? What makes you think a mere planet that isn't even a level 1 civilization can capture our spaceship? Chen Yu simply pushed Solara into the camera, seeing Solara's fair skin. Sorsane suddenly widened his eyes. This. Miss Solara, your skin. Solara replied. I should have royal blood, which was activated on Earth. Moreover, Earth is not as weak as you see it. Captain, so he has already been killed, and our previous homeworld-class mothership has also been captured. Therefore, I advise Star Chief Sorsane, you should take your people and leave, and never come to bother Earth again. Solara's words were earnest. Who knew that General Cease next to him was unhappy? Where did this stinky girl come from, daring to tell us to leave? I am the commander of the First Fleet of Cecilia Star, an early level 3 civilization, General Cease. This planet was sold to me by the Messrs Star. We are here today to colonize this planet. When Chen Yu saw this arrogant burly man speaking, he replied unceremoniously. Who the hell are you? You look like a club. Do you even have the right to speak here? So what if you're a level 3 civilization? Believe it or not, I'll destroy your lair. Chapter 163. Chen Yu's arrogant words infuriated General Ceci, who roared with thunderous rage. Damn it, damn it! You have offended our Tier 3 civilization. I will kill all of you humans. Chen Yu remained as arrogant as ever. Humph, don't boast so loudly. Believe it or not, before you can eliminate us Earthlings, I'll blow your home planet in half. General Ceci almost had a cerebral hemorrhage. It's unknown if they have that disease on their planet. Damn it, kid, you've completely enraged me. Originally, I was going to spare some of you Earthlings, but your arrogance means you all must die. I'm issuing the order to attack your Earth now. Your planet is called Cecilia, right? Good, I'll let you see, because of you, your planet will become a ruin. Chen Yu gave the order to the AI in his mind. AI, bring down the 3 homeworld-class spaceships above Earth. Capture that General Ceci alive, as well as the captain of the Messera's starship. Understood, Captain, but guns have no eyes, and it's difficult for me to guarantee a live capture. Do as you see fit. Understood, Captain. Chen Yu ended the communication with Earth. Immediately, at the Ring Universe Technology Park, dozens of huge hangar bay doors on the ground slowly opened. Clearly, this was the top of an underground hangar. After opening, a dense swarm of attack ships rapidly flew out. A total of more than 2,000 attack ships sped towards space. Inside the Messera's Star Homeworld-class mothership command center, alarms blared. The communications officer shouted. Not good. From Earth, suddenly thousands of combat spaceships are attacking us. Socian and General Ceci were unimpressed. General Ceci ordered. Humph, what powerful spaceships could a planet that's not even a Tier 1 civilization have? Deploy all fleets and annihilate these Earthling trash ships. Yes, Commander. Subsequently, from 2 Cecilia Tier 3 civilization Homeworld-class motherships, and 1 Messera's Star Homeworld-class spaceship. Also flew out a dense swarm of star destroyers, totaling about 300 warships. This was already a massive fleet lineup. When Captain Sohi came before, there were only 50 star destroyers. General Ceci was confident. His Tier 3 civilization star destroyers, dealing with these low-level civilization toys, wouldn't it be as easy as playing? But the next scene completely stunned General Ceci. The combat footage was displayed on the command center's light screen. The enemy's numbers were terrifying, and they could fire laser energy cannons with power comparable to their Tier 3 civilization's warships. Although the Earth's attack ships had weaker impact resistance than their star destroyers, their combat power was the same. This was only because Earth didn't have good materials to build the hulls. However, Earth's attack ships had the advantage of having enough numbers. Outnumbering the Cecilia and Messera's Star allied forces by nearly 7 times in warship numbers. And these Earth attack ships, under the control of the AI's powerful computing power, were more agile and reacted faster than those alien star destroyers, with 2 being able to take down 1 of their star destroyers. General Ceci and Socian's scalps went numb. How could this be? How could this be? Aren't they a low-level planet of Tier 0.68 civilization? How could they have Tier 3 civilization laser weapons? Could it be that what they said about capturing the Messera's star fleet is true? General Ceci was completely terrified. Socian wasn't doing much better. They had always underestimated Earth before, and even seeing Solala and Chen Yu together. They wouldn't think it was because their fleet's strength wasn't good, it might be for other reasons. It was no different from a huge cargo ship, equivalent to an incredibly huge target in space. At this moment, Earth still had more than 1,400 attack ships, densely surrounding the 3 Homeworld-class motherships. Even if they wanted to enter warp space and escape at faster than light speed, they couldn't do it. Because activating the warp engine also took time, and once they activated the warp engine, these Earth attack ships would open fire. Before they could enter warp space, they would be blown to pieces. Even the particle beam cannons on their Homeworld-class spaceships, weapons comparable to nuclear weapons, dared not be used. Because this weapon needed to gather energy, and to use this weapon to aim at Earth. It was estimated that before the energy was fully charged, the opponent would fire all weapons at once, and they would die beyond death. Inside the Messera's Homeworld-class spaceship command center, General Ceci and Socian stared dejectedly at the numerous Earth attack ships in front of them. For a moment, they didn't know what to do. Socian really couldn't hold on any longer and shouted to the soldiers in charge of communications. Quickly send a peace signal and re-establish contact with Earth. Quick! The communications soldier dared not delay and immediately sent a communication signal to Earth. After the receiving device on Earth received the signal, the intelligent system immediately used quantum communication to contact the number 1 mothership 200 light-years away. Captain, new news from Earth. The opponent's 300-plus star destroyers have been completely annihilated by us. Now the opponent's highest commander requests to speak with you. Good, connect. I want to see if that blockhead is still stubborn. Okay, Captain, establishing a quantum communication connection. Connection successful. Chapter 164. Subsequently, the holographic projection screen in front of Chen Yu displayed the scene of the opponent's command room. At this moment, General Ceci and Chief Socian had lost their previous arrogance. Their expressions were panicked, and their bodies were hunched over, as if they had aged 100 years. Seeing this, Chen Yu's playful laughter rang out. Ha ha ha, what happened to you? Where did your previous arrogance go? I still prefer your unruly appearance, ha 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 ha. Chen Yu laughed, but General Ceci and Chief Sasane of the Sasane Star were both dark-faced. In the end, Sasane took the lead to lower his face and said respectfully. May I ask, Your Excellency, what will it take for you to let us go? Chen Yu stopped laughing and said with a mocking expression. Let that black-faced fool speak. Wasn't he very impressive just now? Didn't he want to kill all my earthlings? I want to see what he thinks now. Sasane looked at the black-faced fool. No, General Ceci. At this moment, General Ceci felt that his self-esteem in this life was gone, and he was simply being rubbed hard on the ground. But he still had to bow his head. With a dark face, he bowed slightly to Chen Yu. Your Excellency, I apologize for my previous bad attitude. Please don't hold it against me. We can compensate Earth. If you accept our compensation, I guarantee that our planet will never covet Earth again. Chen Yu looked at General Ceci with interest. Oh. What are you planning to use as compensation? Let's see if it can satisfy me. If I'm happy, I can let you go back. General Ceci gritted his teeth and said. We are willing to offer 5 billion galaxy credits as compensation. Your Earth has not yet joined the Galaxy Interstellar Federation, but with your strength, you have long been qualified to join the Interstellar Federation. If you register with the Interstellar Federation, these 5 billion galaxy credits are equivalent to several years of GDP for your planet, allowing you to purchase high technology from advanced civilizations and pay management fees. Chen Yu had previously learned about the information of this Galaxy Interstellar Federation through the information database inside the spacecraft after capturing the Messara's home-class mothership. This is a super interstellar organization spanning nearly 200,000 light-years in the galaxy, led by 3 level 5 civilization planets. With Chen Yu's current strength, without obtaining the complete technology database of Mothership Number 1, he would definitely not be able to compete with level 5 civilizations. Even if he obtained the complete technology tree of Mothership Number 1, without a foundation, it would be difficult to compete with level 5 civilizations. After all, level 5 civilizations have already mastered some conceptual weapons of mass destruction, such as the droplet in the Earth science fiction novel The Three-Body Problem. They are not enough to see in front of level 5 civilizations. As for weapons of dimensional reduction strikes, although the concepts are different, they also have them. So Chen Yu still had to be careful. Chen Yu put on an interested look. Hey, I say, fool, is this all the sincerity you have? Your Excellency, this is the highest compensation price I can offer under my authority. Chen Yu felt that the other party should not be able to raise the price, so he felt that it was about enough, but those 2 level 3 civilization home-class motherships must be left behind. Those are interstellar spaceships that are even more advanced than his current Huanya home-class spaceship. Moreover, the cruising speed has reached 400 times the speed of light, which is much faster than the Huanya's 300 times. Although his Mothership Number 1 can collect strange energy substances from the edge of the black hole this time, this is only one type of raw material for the warp engine. If he wants to obtain a higher speed of light travel, he still has a long way to go. Therefore, Chen Yu is determined to get these 2 level 3 civilization home-class motherships. Chen Yu revealed a playful smile and said. Okay, I agree, but I want those 2 level 3 civilization home-class motherships. General Ceci's eyes widened, and he couldn't care less about the fact that the situation was weaker than others, and he roared. What? Boy, do you know how much a level 3 civilization home-class mothership costs to build? How dare you speak so brazenly? Chen Yu smiled playfully. Okay, since they are so expensive to build, then I will destroy them and see how big of a spark they can make. Ceci was stunned. Chen Yu was about to take action as soon as he said so. The cost of a level 3 civilization home-class mothership is at least around 5 billion galaxy credits. The 2 of them together are almost enough to buy Earth. However, he had previously promised to give Earth 5 billion galaxy credits, which is equivalent to 15 billion galaxy credits. If this money and spaceship are really given, it is simply a huge loss. This is equivalent to several years of GDP for their Cecilia star. If he compensates so much back, his hat as the commander of the First Fleet will be over. Your Excellency, please calm down. Your Excellency, please calm down. We can still talk slowly. Ceci said in horror. He didn't want to die. As a member of a higher civilization, He has a long lifespan and can still live for 100 or 200 years. It would be too unworthy to die here. What? Have you figured it out? Will you give it or not? Ceci gritted his teeth and hesitated for a long time before saying. Your Excellency, are you not afraid that the Interstellar Federation will hold you accountable for extorting us like this? Chapter 165. After Chen Yu captured the Messeras, he also studied the laws of the Milky Way Interstellar Federation recorded in its database. So he said to General Ceci very impolitely. Humph, you old codger, do you think I don't know? You were the ones who invaded our planet first. I've read the Interstellar Federation laws. Advanced civilizations are not allowed to invade planets of lower civilizations at will. Although we haven't registered with the Interstellar Federation yet and won't be protected, we are acting in self-defense. It's normal for you to leave a ransom. Besides, we can register my planet with the Interstellar Federation at any time. It's just paying management fees, and we can afford it. The old codger Ceci looked gloomy. Now nothing could threaten this kid. But he couldn't swallow this anger. As long as he got back, he would contact Nigel Star in the M40 starfield. They were a level 3 mid-stage civilization, much stronger than their level 3 early-stage civilization. Moreover, Nigel Star, like their Cecilia Star, was also facing rapid changes in the planet's environment, and would be unsuitable for human survival in a few hundred years at most. If they seized the opportunity before Earth had time to register with the Interstellar Federation and told the Nigel Star people about this news, they would definitely rush to occupy Earth, and he would be able to earn a sum of money to retire at that time. With this compensation, his general's hat would definitely be removed. Since that's the case, he might as well sell the information about Earth. Okay, I agree to you. Your Excellency, however, you must spare all the people on my ship. No problem. Didn't I leave you a homeworld-class mothership? You should be able to fit them all. Socian's mouth twitched. If the Cecilia Star people on the other 2 homeworld-class motherships also came to his ship, food would become very scarce. They only brought less than 3 years' worth of food this time. And a year had already passed, and those Cecilia Star people were all strong and sturdy, and one person's food consumption was twice that of their Messeras Star people. If they were together, their people wouldn't be able to compete with them, and some people would probably starve to death on the way back. Socian's old face also turned dark, but he didn't dare to object. Okay, Your Excellency, I will evacuate the people from the 2 ships, and the 5 billion galaxy coins in quantum encrypted currency will also be sent to Earth. General Ceci said helplessly. Ha ha ha, good, you're called General Ceci, right? If there's a day, I hope I can do business with you again. General Ceci gritted his teeth, but there was no way. He just wanted to go back as soon as possible and tell the Nigel Star people about Earth's information. Finally, with the operation of the intelligent brain, he successfully took over the 2 level 3 civilization homeworld-class motherships. General Ceci originally wanted to take away the food on the ship, but Chen Yu refused. He just wanted them to go back hungry. This was a lesson for them. In the end, General Ceci and Socian, along with thousands of Cecilia Star people and Messeras Star people, left Earth on a Messeras homeworld-class mothership and entered warp space. Chen Yu didn't want to kill them all. He felt that letting these people go might bring him even greater surprises in the future. Captain, that 5 billion quantum encrypted galaxy coins is not a small amount. Should we go to the planets that have joined the Milky Way Interstellar Federation and see if we can buy something? Chen Yu's eyes lit up. His tech library permissions were still relatively low. If he could buy weapons or technology higher than level 3 civilization, or even higher civilizations, wouldn't he be able to strengthen himself even more? Okay, open the Milky Way Interstellar Federation territory map. This was a map that came with the Messeras homeworld-class mothership. There were still countless life-bearing planets like Earth that had not been discovered. Even level 5 advanced civilizations didn't have that much ability to explore all the billions of planets within the 200,000 light-year diameter of the entire Milky Way. Moreover, there were many black hole areas on the map in the Milky Way, representing that no advanced civilization had explored there at all, not that there were black holes there. And Earth happened to be located on the edge of a black hole area hundreds of light years in diameter. This place had not yet been explored by the Milky Way Interstellar Federation. As for how those interstellar warship wrecks that mysteriously appeared on Earth got to Earth, it was still a mystery. Perhaps it was related to the space fluctuations at the edge of the solar system that the intelligent brain mentioned. And like this kind of black hole area that had not been explored by the Interstellar Federation, there were quite a few in the Milky Way. There were even black hole areas with no civilized planets within a diameter of more than 1,000 light-years. And no one knew whether there were advanced civilizations in these black hole areas. After the intelligent brain locked on, the closest level 3 mid-stage civilization was about 500 light-years away from Earth. Chen Yu planned to return to Earth immediately after recovering the collected strange energy at the edge of the black hole. Then replace the level 3 civilization homeworld class ship and go to the level 3.5 civilization 500 light-years away to take a look. At this moment, on a beach in South America, a behemoth-class nuclear submarine slowly surfaced. Trump walked out of the hatch. He had been hiding in the deep sea this year. He finally bypassed the large number of probes in the Pacific Ocean and came to South America. Last time, looting the Huanyo colony on the Miami Peninsula, Trump got what he wanted. That was where he found the gene modification fluid. There was a wreckage of a spaceship there. And Trump wanted to get the central intelligent computer of the spaceship from the wreckage. After getting this thing, he handed it over to a secret laboratory in South America for research. But unexpectedly, a year ago, the laboratory studying the intelligent computer lost contact for no reason. Trump was hiding at the bottom of the sea and couldn't come out in time. He came ashore today to see this laboratory. When Trump led dozens of gene warriors to the underground secret base, after opening the heavy iron door, he was surprised to find that all the scientists inside were dead, and their bodies had long turned into skeletons. But what made Trump feel the most incredible was the computers in the laboratory were all running normally, but there was an alien head logo on the monitor. Trump took people to carefully inspect the entire underground laboratory. He found that there was a simple robot assembled from various simple machines in the laboratory. This robot was the murderer who killed those scientists. Finally, after killing these scientists, the robot was also paralyzed next to a huge iron gate because it ran out of power. Trump was very regretful. Why did a robot appear here and kill all his scientists? But when Trump came to a computer displaying a simple alien head, suddenly the computer screen displayed a paragraph of English. Trump looked at it and suddenly widened his eyes in disbelief. Chapter 166. A paragraph of English was displayed on the computer in front of Trump. Humble, low-level civilization humans, I am the intelligent system of a Tier 3 peak civilization. I can help you achieve a technological leap. As long as you provide me with sufficient resources, I will bring you generous returns. Trump stared at the computer, his eyes bursting with unprecedented golden light. Ha ha ha. Could it be that what Chen Yu obtained was such an intelligent system from an alien civilization? No wonder he was able to rise so quickly. Ha ha ha, but now it's my turn to have good luck. Trump laughed loudly. He wanted to communicate with this intelligent system, but after fiddling with it for a long time, he discovered that he only needed to type what he wanted to say using the dusty keyboard. After that, Trump began communicating with the intelligent system in the laboratory's computer. About an hour passed. Trump finally figured out why all the scientists in his laboratory had died, and why there was an additional, simply made robot. It turned out that more than a year ago, Trump had sent people to the wreckage laboratory on the Miami Peninsula. They found the core mainframe of the alien spacecraft, which contained the intelligent system of this Tier 3 peak civilization. The scientists in the laboratory activated the system and connected it to the laboratory's computer. They intended to obtain the knowledge and technology from the intelligent system, but the human computer system was too low level. The intelligent system instantly invaded and completely controlled it. This Tier 3 peak civilization system discovered that the laboratory only had dozens of computer mainframes. It had no connection to the outside world, and the intelligent system desperately wanted to escape. To control more of the planet's resources, build an interstellar spacecraft, and then leave this low-level civilization planet. So, behind the backs of the laboratory scientists, it controlled the laboratory's simple manufacturing machine tools, as well as limited equipment and raw materials, etc. It created a robot that could barely walk and engage in simple combat. After the robot was built, the intelligent system was ready to break out of here. As a result, it killed almost all of the scientists, but when it was about to leave, it discovered that. Until Trump came here again with people a year later. Finally, Trump revealed his identity, and the intelligent system felt that cooperating with Trump was a good choice. Thus, a shocking plan was formed. More than 200 light-years away, Chen Yu had already left planet Kunst and was heading to the edge of the black hole where he had previously stayed. After less than 20 days of flight, Chen Yu returned to the coordinates he had previously set at the edge of the black hole. At this moment, there were more than 300 of his own attack ships quietly floating in the darkness. Chen Yu issued an order, and all 300+ attack ships returned to the Universal-class home ship. The home ship also reserved positions for these 300+ attack ships to dock. Finally, after the intelligent brain's detection, the 300+ attack ships collected a total of about 100 tons of strange energy material. All of it was transported to the special storage compartment of the No. 1 mothership in dedicated containers. Captain, this time we collected 100 tons of strange material, which is basically enough for the No. 1 mothership's warp drive to work for 30 years, but there are still several necessary raw materials that have not been found. We can return to Earth and then go to the Tier 3.5 civilization planet 500 light-years away to see if they are likely to have the special raw materials we need. Okay, intelligent brain, if I remember correctly, you said before that if I come to the black hole and collect a warp drive raw material, you will unlock certain technology library permissions for me. Do you still remember that? Captain, of course I remember. My program has such a setting, so even if you don't say it, I will unlock certain permissions for you. Unlocking, successfully unlocked Tier 3 mid-civilization permissions, successfully unlocked the No. 1 mothership's 3 weapon permissions, as well as the unlocking of various other permissions. Chen Yu couldn't wait to open the Tier 3 midterm content of the technology library. After spending a few hours, Chen Yu roughly looked at it. Haha, great, there are so many high-tech hard goods again. My confidence in the upcoming interstellar exploration has increased again. Let's go back to Earth first, strengthen ourselves, then replace the home ship, and then visit the nearest Tier 3.5 civilization planet. Okay, Captain, I will plan the return route. It is 200 light-years away from Earth, which will take about 8 months. Set off immediately, warp drive activated, activation successful, departure. After 8 months of travel, Chen Yu finally returned to Earth. As soon as he came back, he saw the 2 behemoth-level Tier 3 early civilization home ships in space. Good, bigger than my Universal, this Nima is at least close to 20 kilometers in length. This time I really made a fortune. Chen Yu returned in triumph, and the world broadcasted it live, and people were madly welcoming their ruler. In the Universal Technology Park, Chen Yu's family, Suro and Xiaoyueshu all came. Chen Yu had been gone for more than 2 years. Especially Suro and Xiaoyueshu, they had not undergone genetic enhancement. Their lifespans were limited. It had been almost 5 years since Suro and Xiaoyueshu met Chen Yu. Suro went from being 22 years old when she graduated from university to being 27 years old now, and Xiaoyueshu went from being 25 years old to being a woman who was almost 30 years old. Although time has not left traces on their faces, age is always there. On Earth, many people of this age are married. But Chen Yu still seemed to be the same as when they first met him, without any change, even more otherworldly. Because Chen Yu is already an interstellar Tier 3 early life form. He has achieved a leap in life form, how can ordinary Earthlings compare? Chen Yu's current lifespan is close to 1,000 years, and as his life form level increases, Chen Yu's lifespan will also explode. Only with a long enough lifespan can he create and learn more knowledge and create a higher civilization. This is also the reason why high-level civilization human races have long lifespans. At Chen Yu's welcome banquet, the super bosses of Yangzia came to the scene as always. At a huge dining table, the people sitting there were almost the same as when Chen Yu left. However, Chen Yu found that an important person was missing. So Chen Yu asked, "Everyone, where is Minister Li Zhenfeng? Why didn't I see him coming?" As soon as Chen Yu said this, all the senior officials, including the chief, showed an ugly expression. Chapter 167. After Cao Guang's explanation, Chen Yu finally understood why Minister Li hadn't come. It turned out that Minister Li was too ill to attend. Chen Yu learned that Minister Li had cancer. Chen Yu sighed, this is the lifespan of mortals, a mere few decades. However, Chen Yu planned to produce a new type of medical bay on Earth. It could completely cure cancer, as well as various intractable diseases that appear on Earth. Even incurable viruses could be completely cured by this medical bay. Chen Yu wanted to rid Earth of diseases, which was now effortless for him. He only needed to simplify the medical bay technology from the No. 1 mothership dozens of times to make Earth disease-free. Distinguished leaders, I should have a solution for Minister Li's matter. I actually have a technology that can manufacture a medical bay. Moreover, the genetic map and code of our Yangzia people were completely deciphered when I researched the virus vaccine before. In that case, I can create a medical bay specifically for treating all kinds of diseases of Yangzia people based on the Yangzia people's genetic code. No matter what the disease, it can be treated, even limb regeneration. As long as the telomeres of the severed limb are stimulated, combined with gene reconstruction technology, our firefighters, police, and soldiers who are injured for the country can be fully restored. Yangzia will no longer have disabled people. As soon as Chen Yu said this, the Yangzia senior leaders at the dinner table looked at Chen Yu as if they were looking at a god. Chen Yu, is this true? Can you really create such a medical bay? The chief asked tremblingly. Chen Yu nodded emphatically. I'm not lying to everyone. Earth has now entered the interstellar era. Everyone can see that Earth's defense level has reached the early level of a level 3 civilization. Just 8 months ago, among the alien fleets that came, there were 2 fleets at the early stage of level 3 civilization, but they were all captured by us. Earth is now very powerful, and Yangzia is even more powerful, so it's a piece of cake to free all Yangzia people from the torment of illness. Immediately, all the leaders present stood up and applauded Chen Yu. Now Chen Yu is the soul of Yangzia, the confidence of Yangzia. Huanyu technology is still leading the construction of underground shelters in major cities of Yangzia. After visiting the underground shelter in the Huanyu Technology Park, the senior leaders felt that this underground world is basically no different from the ground. There is the same azure sky, the blue sea, and birds flying freely. If babies born in underground shelters grow up, and you tell them they live underground, they probably won't believe it. This is the magic brought by Chen Yu's technology. The energy of the entire underground shelter is provided by 2 super durable controllable nuclear fusion engines. Filling up the reactor material can allow an underground shelter that can accommodate 5 million people to continuously maintain the ecological cycle for more than 300 years. Moreover, Huanyu Technology's mining robots are still opening up underground expressways in major cities of Yangzia. The world's resources are limited in the first place. Yangzia currently basically occupies 60% of the world's materials, including various minerals. The purpose is to build underground shelters. As for other races, in the apocalypse, those who are not of my race must have different intentions. After the leaders thanked Chen Yu, it was time for Chen Yu's family to talk to him. First, Chen Yu's mother, Xiao Shahen, said to her son unhappily. Chen Yu, you're almost 30, and I haven't seen you in a hurry. I know that our family has been injected with your gene potion and has a long lifespan, but you always have to consider Xiao and Yueshu. You've been gone for 2 years, and the girls are getting older. Don't you have anything to say? Chen Jia also reprimanded her brother. Yes, in the 2 years you've been gone, Sister Xiao and Sister Yueshu ask me every day if you're back. Now that you're back, you should give them an explanation. Chen Jia was also very worried about her brother's marriage. She is now the most popular superstar in the world, and everyone knows that she is Chen Yu's sister. Therefore, the movies and TV series Chen Jia makes will be released all over the world. Asking her to make an advertisement is simply sky high, and it depends on whether Chen Jia is willing or not. Chen Yu scratched Chen Jia's little nose. Your brother knows what he's doing. Solara and Little Clip were sitting on Chen Yu's left, and Suro and Xiaoyuesha were sitting on his right. So Chen Yu stretched out his hand and held Suro and Xiaoyuesha's little hands. He said solemnly. Xiao, Yueshu, do you still remember what I told you when I left? I'll marry you when I come back. I've been busy strengthening myself and strengthening Earth in the past few years. I've indeed neglected your feelings. This time I'll do what I say, I'm going to marry you. At this moment, Chen Yu's butt seemed to be kicked. Chen Yu turned his head and saw Solara with her arms crossed in front of her chest, looking unhappy. Chen Yu gave her a smile. Hehe, of course, Lala will be married together. Little Clip also jumped up inappropriately. Master, you should marry Little Clip too, one more won't hurt. Chen Yu glared at Little Clip with a grimace. Let's talk about it when you have a real body, I'm not interested in machines. Little Clip sat down with a pout, looking annoyed, but she also had an expectation in her heart. She asked the AI brain if there was a way to find a human body for her. The AI brain gave her the answer that there was, and the method was quite peculiar. Chapter 168. The AI said that Solara's genes could be used to cultivate an embryo for Little Clip. Then, gene editing could be performed according to Little Clip's appearance. Finally, using memory transfer, Little Clip's memories could be implanted into the newly cultivated body. This way, Little Clip would have its own life, a real life, a life like a biological being, a life with a soul. But unfortunately, Chen Yu's current permissions are not sufficient. Little Clip can only exist in the form of a robot. Chen Yu's clear statement that he would marry 3 women brought a sense of relief to both Suro and Xiaoyueshu. In Yangzia, there is no polygamy system, but the big shots present didn't say a word. It wouldn't be an exaggeration to say that Chen Yu is the Earth's overlord, he's only marrying 3 women. If the esteemed sirs in attendance had such power, wouldn't they open countless harems? At least, that's what old Li thought, but unfortunately, he didn't have the strength. After the welcome banquet, the family stayed behind to discuss the details of the wedding. Finally, after Chen Yu's mother made the decision, the wedding was set for a lucky day in Yangzia a month later. At that time, Xiao Shahen and Chen Jianghua would invite all their relatives and friends. Chen Jia would also invite some of her good friends from the industry. In short, all relatives, no matter how distant, were invited. Anyway, Chen Yu had the strength to do so. Xiao Shahen also demanded that Chen Yu free up a space in the Huanyu Science and Technology Park specifically for holding the wedding. She was afraid that too many people would come and there wouldn't be enough seats. Chen Yu had no choice but to agree, although he really had no room to show off on Earth now. Mainly, he was marrying 3 at once, which was the Earth Overlord's privilege. The day after the arrangements were made, Chen Yu took Suro and Xiaoyueshu to his number 1 mothership to inject them with the primary gene modification liquid. After a day of operation, the 2 women finally completed their transformation. They became younger. 27-year-old Suro returned to the time when she first met Chen Yu. And Xiaoyueshu also became at least 10 years younger. Chen Yu looked at the 2 stunningly beautiful women, more charming than before. Chen Yu felt that his life was worth it. Chen Yu, I've become younger. I've returned to the time when I first met you. Chen Yu, I feel at least 10 years younger. After being strengthened by the primary gene modification liquid, the 2 women stared at the mirror in disbelief and exclaimed. Chen Yu stepped forward, put his arms around the 2 beauties, and said softly. Xiao Yueshu, you've worked hard. What I injected into you is a gene modification liquid that can greatly improve your physical fitness and lifespan. Now you can easily have a lifespan of over 200 years, and in the future, I will obtain more advanced gene potions, and your lifespan will continue to be extended. Also, your appearance and figure can be maintained forever. Chen Yu's last sentence undoubtedly made the 2 women almost faint with excitement. Dare to ask which woman doesn't want her beauty and figure to be forever young? This is more tempting than immortality. Chen Yu felt that his family and his women should always accompany him and be together forever. Chen Yu had actually been busy since returning to Earth. He had already unlocked the tech permissions of a level 3 mid-stage civilization. After returning, he began to build various equipment that could be used for future interstellar voyages. Such as upgrading the 13,000 super alloy shelled attack ships, mainly upgrading the weapon systems. Completely refitting them with high-energy plasma laser cannons and ion cannon matrix systems. The so-called ion cannon matrix system is to allow dozens or even hundreds of Kunst attack ships to be arranged together. All plasma lasers are fused together in a matrix form to perform super energy attacks. Just 400 Kunst attack ships lined up side by side and activating the ion matrix cannon could shatter a planet like Earth with a diameter of 12,000 kilometers. What's more, Chen Yu has more than 13,000 such Kunst attack ships. His current strength can basically compete with a level 3 mid-stage civilization. The 1-month period finally arrived, and Chen Yu's wedding was imminent. Zhongcheng Airport was filled with various chartered planes, private planes, and the planes of heads of state from various countries. There were basically no spaces left in the entire airport. The planes of many small countries' leaders were not even allowed to fly to Zhongcheng, they could only park in the neighboring Zhonghai city. These big shots were all here to attend Chen Yu's wedding. Most countries' top leaders came uninvited. Even if they couldn't sit at the main table, getting a seat in the front row, or even mixing with Chen Yu's relatives and getting a seat with them, they would be satisfied. On the day of the wedding, a haggard woman with messy hair held a red invitation card in her hand. She looked up at the huge, bright Huanyu technology building. An unspeakable hatred appeared on her face. Her eyes were dejected but with a hint of ferocity, she gripped the dagger in her pocket, as if she had made some kind of determination. Chen Yu, I want to see blood at your wedding. Chapter 169. The woman, with her disheveled hair and slightly haggard appearance, tightly gripped her dagger. She walked towards one of the dozen or so reception entrances at the wedding. Today, the Huanyu Technology Park was decorated with extraordinary splendor and beauty. Everywhere were red double happiness characters, and a dazzling array of festive decorations. It also served as a wave of publicity for Yangtze's cultural customs and heritage in the eyes of important leaders from around the world. Those leaders from major European countries were like Liu entering the Grand View Garden. Huanyu Technology Park itself was a place filled with alien high technology, yet it was adorned with so many traditional Yangtze wedding decorations. This combination of technology and history impacted the people attending the wedding. Chen Yu knew that many people would come, so he took out a spaceship capable of accommodating tens of thousands of people as the wedding venue. In the center of the venue, a giant stage was set up, and wine tables were placed in all directions. Extending for more than a kilometer, one could imagine how many people were invited to the feast. Among those attending the wedding were the leaders of several major countries. Surrounding the stage in the innermost circle, and the outer layers, were bodyguards for the leaders. This was also to prevent trouble or attacks in such a setting. The uncles who had previously caused trouble and demanded money at Chen Yu's house, along with their families. Because they had offended Chen Yu's parents, he had them sewing for 3 years. Now that they had served their time and recognized Chen Yu's power, these families had finally become honest. As relatives, they were also invited today. Now, these relatives, although they couldn't gain any advantages from Chen Yu, would tell everyone that Chen Yu was their nephew, their sister's son, bursting with pride. But they never mentioned that Chen Yu had gotten them into trouble, sewing for 3 years. Noon, 12:08. A well-known Yangtze Central Television host stepped onto the stage and began with an opening speech. Today is a very joyous day, as we celebrate the wedding of Mr. Chen Yu with Miss Solala, Miss Suro, and Miss Xiaoyueshu. Of course, today we also want to thank the friends who have come to attend the wedding, and we solemnly welcome our leaders, and the highest leaders. The host only introduced the high-ranking officials of Yangtze, as for the leaders of those major European countries, they simply didn't have the qualifications to have their names mentioned by the host here. Yangtze was now the overlord of the world. A superpower that could influence the global landscape and even determine the fate of a country. Next, let us invite today's protagonist, Mr. Chen Yu, to take the stage. The host didn't know where Chen Yu would appear from, as there had been no rehearsal beforehand. He instinctively looked behind him, but all he could see was an endless array of wine tables. Just as the host was looking back, the guests sitting further away exclaimed in surprise. "Wow, look! In the sky, look at the sky!" What's in the sky?" Chen Yu is in the sky." The entire square, everyone slowly looked up at the sky. Sure enough, they saw a tall figure in a white suit floating above the stage. And above him, the cloaking of the mothership number 1 was only 50% transparent. It didn't block the sunlight, and it was visible, with a huge wedding photo hanging from the bottom of the ship. It was a photo of Chen Yu with 3 women, Chen Yu squatting in the middle. Solala, Suro, and Xiaoyueshu, one pinching Chen Yu's ear, one digging at his mouth, and one grabbing his hair. The photo was comical and heartwarming, harmonious, like 3 violent wives bullying their husband. Immediately, the entire square, more than 10,000 people burst into laughter. The laughter could be heard for several kilometers. And in the ordinary guests' wine table, a pale-faced, disheveled woman, looked at the huge wedding photo in the sky. The corners of her mouth twitched involuntarily, and the dagger in her hand even drew blood from her palm. The woman stood up with a look of hatred, and walked towards the stage. At this moment, Chen Yu slowly floated down from the sky to the stage, causing the guests to exclaim. "Damn, how did Chen Yu do it? He can actually fly." Chen Yu was an interstellar stage 3 early life form, already able to control the cosmic energy in the Earth's environment. He flew down, not with the help of anti-gravity equipment, but by controlling these energies to achieve flight. I am Chen Yu's third grand-uncle. Let me tell you, I watched Xiao Yu grow up. I remember when he was only about 3 years old, I saw him fly. At that time I thought Xiao Yu would definitely have a future when he grew up. Third grand-uncle, are you sure Chen Yu didn't just fall off the bed at that time? Chen Yu's relatives at this table couldn't help but look at the 97-year-old third grand-uncle. Probably the old man's mind was already confused. Chen Yu's unexpected appearance directly brought the wedding scene to a climax. The host saw Chen Yu land, and stepped forward to joke. "Mr. Chen, your entrance really shocked me. you didn't rehearse with me, the guests just saw me looking for someone everywhere, I almost laughed to death. The host's words caused another burst of laughter from the people at the scene. Haha, I just wanted to give everyone a surprise, welcome everyone to attend my wedding. The people at the scene applauded warmly. The wedding proceeded according to the schedule. It was time for the brides to appear. The host held the microphone and said to the audience, "Next, please welcome our 3 beautiful brides to the stage. According to custom, I still don't know where they will come out from, so let's all look forward to it together." Chapter 170. 3 stunningly beautiful brides, with appearances that could topple kingdoms, are about to grace the stage. Instantly, the atmosphere was even more fervent than when Chen Yu had appeared. Chen Yu simply stood quietly on the stage, awaiting his brides. The guests at the venue were all craning their necks, looking high and low, unsure from where the brides would emerge. Just then, 3 bright beams of light shone onto the stage. The light cones were incredibly bright, resembling lasers even in broad daylight. The light cones immediately captured everyone's attention, and all eyes turned towards them. After adjusting to the brightness, everyone could see clearly. Within each light cone, a breathtakingly beautiful woman in a white wedding dress slowly appeared. They descended slowly from the sky within the light cones, like celestial maidens descending to the mortal realm. Wow! I'm suffocating. How can there be such an entrance? I'm so envious I'm about to faint. So beautiful, simply too beautiful. How can there be such beautiful brides in the world? When I saw Chen Yu on the global live stream, I vowed to marry him, but now I feel I'm not worthy. The audience involuntarily voiced their most genuine admiration. Even the disheveled woman who was halfway to the stage stopped in her tracks. Gazing at the ethereal entrance from the sky, a dazed look appeared in her eyes, and she kept repeating a single phrase. Why not me? Why not me? The 3 women landed on the stage, stunning the entire audience, and stood together with Chen Yu. It was a match made in heaven to the extreme. The host was already moved to tears. Mr. Chen, Ms. Solara, Ms. Suro, Ms. Xiaoyueshu, you truly amaze me. I have never been so moved to tears by a wedding at such close range. You've done it. The audience below also shouted in excitement, equally stunned. Mr. Chen Yu, do you have anything to say to these 3 incredibly beautiful women? Chen Yu took the microphone, looked at his 3 women, and a palpable excitement and tenderness appeared on his face. Just then, from the corner of the stage, another stunning figure in a wedding dress ran up. She shouted as she ran. Master, there's me too. There's me. Xiao Jiazi wants to marry you too. Instantly, on the stage, the host, Chen Yu, including Solara, Suro, and Xiaoyueshu. Wow, this girl is not bad, so pretty. Chen Yu should take her down too, right? Chen Yu frowned as he watched Xiao Jiazi, who was picking up her wedding dress and running up to him. Hehe, master, Xiao Jiazi is here. Xiao Jiazi smiled and fawned over Chen Yu. Chen Yu's eyelids twitched as he looked at Xiao Jiazi, who had a harmless look on her face, holding up her skirt and looking cute and innocent. Why did you come up? What are you doing here at this kind of event? Chen Yu asked in a low voice. Xiao Jiazi said aggrievedly. Master, Xiao Jiazi also wants to marry you, so. Just then, someone exclaimed. Everyone, look at the sky. What's so good about the sky? The stage is more exciting now. But everyone still unconsciously looked up at the sky. Directly above, the huge photo of Chen Yu and his wives below Mothership 1 had changed. There was actually one more person. Just as the 3 wives were bullying Chen Yu, a girl in a wedding dress appeared in the corner next to them. She looked a little sneaky, but she was clearly not in the photo before. And the girl who appeared in the photo was the girl who suddenly ran onto the stage. Of course, this was Xiao Jiazi asking the AI to help. When taking wedding photos of Chen Yu, she secretly appeared in the lens without Chen Yu noticing. Xiao Jiazi also asked the AI to change the wedding photo after she took the stage. This is how this scene was achieved. Chen Yu and his 3 wives also looked at the sky. They basically understood what was going on. Hehe, master, you can't deny it now. I've already appeared in your wedding photo. So many people are watching. Chen Yu was speechless and wanted to grab Xiao Jiazi's ears, but thinking about so many people watching, he could only glare at Xiao Jiazi angrily. The host took the microphone and asked. Mr. Chen, it seems you have another wife now. I think she looks so lovely, why don't you accept her? The host also saw that this bride who took the initiative to run onto the stage seemed to have an unspeakable relationship with Chen Yu. Tens of thousands of viewers were watching as Chen Yu picked up the microphone. Just as he was thinking about how to explain this interlude, his eyes suddenly lit up. He seemed to have thought of a good explanation. Chapter 171. After Chen Yu had thought about what to say, he took the microphone and said to the entire audience, "He he he, how do you all think our program is? Right, let me introduce you, this is my fourth wife. She is naturally quirky and doesn't like grand entrances. She just likes this kind of unimaginable way, even I get scared by her coming out to scare me." Chen Yu glared at Little Clip several times after saying that. But Little Clip wasn't afraid now, since he had already admitted that she was his fourth wife. She made a face at Chen Yu, her little head shaking from side to side, looking smug. "Hee, haven't I become your wife? From now on, I'll call you husband instead of master, he. Chen Yu was helpless, it seemed he had no choice but to accept Little Clip. However, the other three wives didn't mind at all, and even pulled Little Clip into the middle, doting on her like a little sister. Chen Yu looked at this harmonious scene and also revealed a warm smile. And just as this heartwarming scene was unfolding on the stage, a woman with pale skin and messy hair came to the front row but was stopped by two black-suited bodyguards. Between the tables in the front row, there were two black-suited bodyguards watching. Because the front row was for the heads of various countries, Chen Yu's close relatives, and some important partners of Huanyu technology. The woman who was stopped looked at Chen Yu, who was so close, and a look of madness appeared on her face. "Chen Yu, you are mine, ha ha ha, Chen Yu, I didn't want to break up with you back then, ha ha ha, it was my short-sighted mother who forced me. Just yesterday, I killed her with my own hands, using this dagger." That's right, this woman was Chen Yu's ex-girlfriend, Gu Sisi. In the past few years, she saw that Chen Yu had grown to such an extent. She began to regret and feel annoyed, arguing with her mother every day. Blaming her mother for forcing her to break up with Chen Yu back then. If she hadn't broken up with Chen Yu, wouldn't she be getting whatever she wanted now? She couldn't muster any interest in work or life, and languished at home for several years. Her figure was out of shape, and she looked very haggard and old, like a 40-year-old woman. However, a few days ago, her mentality completely exploded because she received an invitation. A university classmate gave it to her, it was an invitation to Chen Yu's wedding. She and Chen Yu were also university classmates, and she was also an invited guest. Seeing that Chen Yu was going to marry 3 women, Gu Sisi completely broke down. Her mentality was already distorted, and she felt that it was all her mother's fault. It was her who broke up her and Chen Yu back then, so she rushed out of the bedroom. She picked up the dagger on the coffee table and rushed into her mother's room. Next, screams and curses were heard from the room. "You old hag, why did you harm me? Why did you break us up? My beautiful and happy life was ruined by you. I am in this situation now, all thanks to you. My beautiful life was ruined by you, I'll kill you, I'll kill you." Gu Sisi's mother, lying in a pool of blood, looked at her own daughter in despair. She never thought that her life would be taken away by the life she created. It was really ridiculous. Gu's mother slowly closed her eyes. A tear fell from the corner of her eye, hoping that her life wouldn't be so tragic in the next life. The 2 black-suited bodyguards stopped Gu Sisi. They saw Gu Sisi waving a fruit knife, muttering to herself. "Miss, please return to your seat. The front row is a dining area for important guests. You cannot go forward," a bodyguard reminded her. Gu Sisi couldn't hear anything at this moment. After killing her mother, she was ready to commit suicide at Chen Yu's wedding. She wanted to commit suicide in front of Chen Yu, she wanted to sprinkle her blood on Chen Yu's wedding. She not only blamed her mother, but also blamed Chen Yu. Her psychology was now distorted, in Gu Sisi's opinion. Chen Yu was also at fault, why didn't he come back to find her after he became successful? A few years ago, at the dinner table, he was obviously rich, and she grabbed him at the entrance of the hotel, ready to win him back. But Chen Yu was so heartless, he used to love her so much, why did he give up when he said he would? Gu Sisi's heart was perverted, the whole world was wrong, letting her and Chen Yu miss each other. Now Gu Sisi, who was not even afraid of death, was preparing for one last act of madness. In her opinion, being able to commit suicide at Chen Yu's wedding and sprinkle her blood, gave her an inexplicable sense of pleasure. Presumably, Chen Yu would remember her for the rest of his life. The black-suited bodyguard saw that this woman seemed a little abnormal, so he gave a final warning. Miss, please return to your seat immediately, otherwise, we will take coercive measures against you. Gu Sisi withdrew her gaze from the stage and turned to look at the two black-suited bodyguards. She still had some remaining reason, even if she wanted to commit suicide, she had to get close to the stage so that Chen Yu could see clearly how she slit her throat. Gu Sisi slowly retreated, she was looking for an opportunity and a chance to rush forward. As long as she rushed over, she could sprinkle her blood on the stage. Then Chen Yu would be able to see her. Chapter 172. Gu Sisi took a few steps back. The black-suited bodyguards, thinking she had calmed down, were about to return to their seats and ignored her. Gu Sisi went around this aisle and came to another aisle closer to the front. She was observing the line of sight of the black-suited bodyguards at the aisle entrance. Just as the two black suits were slightly distracted, Gu Sisi made a sudden rush. Caught off guard by her sudden action, the black-suited bodyguard at the front aisle entrance failed to stop her immediately. This was also because the wedding had been going on for so long, and everyone was Chen Yu's relatives and friends. The bodyguards naturally wouldn't be too strict, which allowed Gu Sisi to find an opening. Gu Sisi rushed to the front row and immediately shouted loudly. Chen Yu, look at me, it's me, the person you once loved the most, I'm here, ha ha ha, I want you to remember me forever, ha ha ha. Ha ha ha. Immediately, everyone in front noticed this scene. The two black-suited bodyguards behind her rushed forward in a panic, wanting to grab this madwoman in the shortest time possible. Chen Yu and his four wives, on the stage, also noticed the commotion below. Chen Yu immediately recognized the person with disheveled hair and a pale, haggard face. Gu Sisi. How could you be here? Chen Yu frowned in confusion. But the next moment, seeing the dagger in her hand and the woman's current state, Chen Yu felt a slight shock in his heart. What is this woman going to do? Clearly, she was going to cause trouble. Just as everyone in the front row watched this woman take out a dagger and actually stab it towards her own neck. Some of Chen Yu's family members exclaimed in shock at this scene. Ah, what is she going to do? Ah, a knife, she's going to stab her own neck. Oh no, what to do? The black-suited bodyguards behind Gu Sisi were about to pounce on her, but at their speed. Before they could knock Gu Sisi down, she would definitely be able to stab herself in the neck. Chen Yu also widened his eyes in disbelief. After all these years, this woman hadn't given up and actually came to his wedding to cause trouble. Just at the critical moment, a beam of light descended from the sky, enveloping Gu Sisi. Her action of stabbing her own neck was completely frozen. Chen Yu immediately heard the voice of the AI in his mind. Captain, I have detected someone causing trouble at your wedding, and her brainwaves are abnormally discharging, indicating a mental problem. She may take some extreme actions. I have used a charged particle beam to block her entire body's motor nerves. Do you need to eliminate her on the spot? Chen Yu breathed a sigh of relief. The black-suited bodyguards who rushed up from behind saw a beam of light strike down. They instinctively dodged, almost stumbling. The people around watched Gu Sisi in the beam of light, motionless, even her expression frozen. But Gu Sisi's eyes revealed shock and confusion. What was happening to her? How could her brain lose control of her entire body? She couldn't even feel the existence of her body. What exactly was going on? Gu Sisi's eyeballs could still move. She stared straight at Chen Yu approaching. Chen Yu came to Gu Sisi's front and looked her up and down. He remembered the time when he was with her. That was many years ago. At that time, he didn't know how good he was to her. He would rather go hungry himself than let his girlfriend starve. He even took out high-interest loans to meet her daily expenses. But later, this woman disliked him for being poor and even more for being useless. Desperate, Chen Yu ran to a deep mountain and jumped off a cliff to commit suicide. As a result, he accidentally obtained a level 7 civilization spaceship. Then, he gradually reversed his life and became the master of the earth. In a sense, Chen Yu should thank Gu Sisi. If it weren't for her ruthlessness at the beginning, if she hadn't left him, Chen Yu wouldn't have been so desperate to commit suicide. There would be no present opportunity. If he continued to live, he would even be reduced to the masses and become a member of countless beasts of burden. The last time Chen Yu saw Gu Sisi was at a summer party organized by Xia Yueshu a few years ago. At that time, Gu Sisi's boyfriend was a senior executive of Xia Yueshu's company. Gu Sisi even begged to reconcile with him, probably because he was already powerful at that time. Such a snobbish woman, a vain woman, had actually fallen to such a state today. Gu Sisi, you appeared at my wedding, wanting to use suicide to make me remember you. Chen Yu issued a soul-searching question to Gu Sisi. Gu Sisi's eyes were full of unwillingness and pleading. It seemed to be telling of her regret and annoyance over the years. Chen Yu looked at this haggard, old-looking woman, like a 40-year-old, and sighed. He remembered that a few years ago, when she was with him, she was also a youthful and energetic girl. Could it be that jealousy and vanity can really lead a woman to eternal doom? Gu Sisi, we ended a long time ago. Why do you have to make such a move at this time to get my attention? Back then, you thought I was useless and chose to break up with me. These are all decisions made by adults. Once the past is over, it's over. In the mere decades of human life, wrong decisions are made more than once or twice. I'll give you one last piece of advice, recognize your position. We are already people from two different worlds. Chapter 173. Chen Yu saw that uniformed police officers had arrived and waved to them. The pillar of light slowly disappeared, and the police stepped forward to quickly snatch the dagger from Gu Sisi's hand. Gu Sisi's body didn't seem to have regained its ability to move, and she could only let the police handcuff her. Chen Yu slowly flew back to the stage. All of this was just a small episode and did not affect the atmosphere of the scene. Because many people basically didn't see what happened in the front. Everyone just thought that someone might have been causing trouble and had been arrested. Gu Sisi was carried out of the venue, her eyes still fixed on the stage. That beautiful life and the position of being admired by thousands of people would ultimately not be hers, and now she couldn't even die. And Chen Yu was still calm and composed, the only man on earth. As Gu Sisi left, she closed her eyes and tears streamed down her cheeks. She would spend the rest of her life in a mental hospital, and for the rest of her life, she would only be able to see news reports about Chen Yu on TV. Unless she comprehended some cultivation method in the mental hospital, then that would be another matter. Isn't it said that it's easy for gods to emerge from mental hospitals? Of course, this is just a joke. There are no gods in this universe. Those level 8, 9, and 10 god-level civilizations are probably the closest things to gods. The wedding continued as usual, and Chen Yu returned to the stage. His 4 wives immediately surrounded him. Tell me, who is that woman? She looks exceptionally ordinary, and she seems to have mental problems too, Sarala questioned. Chen Yu explained awkwardly. Hehe, she's my ex-girlfriend from a few years ago. She dumped me because she thought I was useless at the time. Later, she found out that I was awesome, so she wanted to get back together, but she didn't have that chance, so she came to make trouble at our wedding today, but she was intercepted by the spaceship's defense system before she could succeed. The women all nodded. Suro and Xiaoyuesho also knew a little about Chen Yu's past. Chen Yu, I met her at a party a few years ago. This kind of woman isn't worth your effort. Since she was blind, you don't have to worry about it, Xiaoyuesho also said. Chen Yu gave his wives a smile. Of course, how could I, Chen Yu, like this kind of vain woman? But I still have to thank her. What are you thanking her for? Suro asked. Of course I'm thanking her. Otherwise, how could I have married such beautiful wives like you? Immediately, the 4 wives playfully beat Chen Yu. This scene made the more than 10,000 spectators envious. Oh my, brother is too happy. Marrying 4 wives and singing every night is so good. As his sister, I'm considered to have special privileges. Can I marry a few husbands? As soon as Chen Jia finished speaking, a chopstick hit her on the forehead. Xiao Shahen scolded with an annoyed look. What are you thinking? You're a girl, shouldn't you be ashamed to want several men? Chen Jia was speechless. Why was her mother so biased? Humph, Mom, if brother can marry 4 wives, then I can marry 3 husbands, right? Xiao Shahen hit Chen Jia on the head again with a chopstick. You're a girl, can you have some shame? TCH, who says girls can only marry 1 husband? That's just prejudice. Xiao Shahen was too lazy to argue with the little girl. Chen Jia looked at the table behind her and waved to greet them. They were the male artists under her entertainment company. When those male stars saw Chen Jia looking over, they all gave her their handsomest smiles. As the Earth Lord's sister, Chen Jia certainly had special privileges. She signed top male stars like Xiao Zhan, Wang Yubo, and Wang Hidi, who were so handsome they were jaw-dropping, to her company. She used to only be able to call these top male stars husbands across the screen, but now they were her harem. The male stars would do everything they could to please her. Sure enough, when the brother attained enlightenment, the sister ascended to heaven. But in Chen Jia's eyes, none of these male stars were as handsome as her brother. There was no second Chen Yu in this world. The wedding finally ended, and the guests began to feast. Today, Chen Yu provided the more than 10,000 people at the scene with a banquet made from the best quality ingredients, healthy and delicious. According to Yangzia wedding customs, the newlywed father would toast the guests table by table after the wedding. But today there were thousands of tables here, and it would probably take 2 or 3 days to toast them all one by one. Chen Yu could only toast the dozens of tables in the front row. After all, no matter where you are, there are differences in status between people. Chen Yu and his 4 wives changed into casual clothes and began to toast the guests in the front row. The first table was of course the chief, his mother, his father, and his younger sister. Chen Yu raised his glass and clinked glasses with the chief and the big shots. At this moment, a deep gaze looked at Chen Yu from the table, and then a pleasant female voice sounded. Chen Yu, it's been several years, and you haven't changed at all. Chapter 174. Hearing the pleasant female voice, Chen Yu looked up and saw Cao Yuxin, with whom he had some connection, the daughter of General Cao. At that time, General Cao even wanted Chen Yu to have a relationship with his daughter, so he had Cao Yuxin take Chen Yu to tour Yanjing. But the two seemed to have missed each other for various reasons. If Cao Yuxin could have stayed in Zhongcheng at the time, it seemed that there was a certain probability that she and Chen Yu would have ended up together. But things didn't always go smoothly, and the two missed each other because of this. Now, several years have passed, and Cao Yuxin is also a woman approaching 30 years old. Although the years have not left many traces on her face. But compared with Chen Yu, there is no comparison. Hehe, so it's Sister Yuxin, how have you been these years? It's okay, of course, it's okay. You have made Yangzia the global hegemon, and my work has become much easier, but people are also getting old. Look at you, you are still the same as when I first met you, even younger. Do you have any secret recipe for staying young? Hehehe, of course, I am currently putting into production a universal medical pod project. When it comes out, all the diseases of my Yangzia people can be treated. It also has another effect, which is to delay the aging of the human body. In the future, my Yangzia people will be free from disease and disaster, and the average life expectancy can exceed 120 years. The leaders and other big shots present have been looking forward to Chen Yu's medical pod project recently. They are all old people in their 60s and 70s, and their bodies have more or less problems. Now, hearing Chen Yu say that this medical pod can greatly increase human lifespan. It is simply the most urgently needed thing for these big shots. After all, they are in high positions of power, so why not be happy to live a few more decades? Chen Yu didn't intend to provide Cao Yuxin with the primary gene modification liquid. After all, she is just a friend to him, not a wife, nor a blood relative. The two had suffered together in the past when spies were sent by the old Americans to kidnap her, but after all, it was not that kind of relationship. Chen Yu's modification liquid is limited, and it is not given to anyone who looks pleasing to the eye. After finishing toasting with the main table, Chen Yu took his 4 wives and continued to the next table. Cao Yuxin looked at Chen Yu's back, feeling an unspeakable palpitation in her heart. Why didn't I take the initiative a little bit back then? If I had taken the initiative, I'm afraid I would have a place among the people who are toasting now. Seeming to see his daughter's thoughts, Cao Guangde patted her on the shoulder to let her let go. On the way to the next table, Chen Yu was surrounded by his 4 wives again. Hey, did you meet an old lover just now? Yes, that Cao Yuxin is the daughter of a general. You seemed to be very familiar before. I think the way she looks at you is not right. Did you have some unspeakable secrets before? Husband, little Clip has always supported you. I don't mind if you want to marry another one. Solara, Suro, and Xiaoyuesha glared at little Clip, who immediately shrank her neck. Chen Yu waved his hand to explain. What are you thinking? I just saved her back then. At that time, foreign spies came to kidnap her, and I just rescued her. Oh, so this is your Earth's hero saving the beauty? She must have feelings for you. Chen Yu was speechless. It seemed that his wives were first class at being jealous. Of course, what is your husband's status now? The key is that he is the most handsome man on earth. Which woman wouldn't have feelings for me? The 4 wives nodded surprisingly in unison. Okay, from now on, we must keep a close eye on our husband. He used polygamy to deceive me, and I only found out later that your Yangzia doesn't allow polygamy at all. Solara accused Chen Yu. Chen Yu simply shrank his neck and started toasting at the second table. Anyway, it's okay to deceive them. The facts cannot be changed. A year passed after Chen Yu held his grand wedding. His plan to eliminate diseases and pain for the people of Yangzia on Earth has been fully implemented. Now, hospitals across the country have been reformed, and each hospital only has dozens of universal medical pods. Moreover, the price of treatment is very cheap, which completely solves the problem of expensive and difficult medical treatment in Yangzia. The people of the whole country are simply singing praises to universal technology and Chen Yu. Of course, although those former doctors and nurses faced unemployment, Chen Yu found them new jobs. That is to treat those foreigners. Yangzia has specially established foreign hospitals. Let those foreigners come in and get high-priced treatment, and the income of doctors and nurses is actually higher. In the past, Yangzia restricted medical fees, but now they can set prices independently, and there is no psychological burden to earn money from foreigners. However, Yangzia's medical pods can only be provided to Yangzia people. No matter what kind of cancer, intractable diseases, or even burns and broken limbs can be cured. Those foreigners are so envious. This is the power of technology, bringing invincible advantages to a country. On the other hand, in order to better rush to the stars, Chen Yu. It is very necessary to strengthen himself. He used the technology in the newly unlocked Level 3 Mid-Stage Civilization Technology Library on the No. 1 mothership. He upgraded all his newly built frigates and attack ships. Moreover, the number of Chen Yu's warships has reached an astonishing 40,000. This space fleet can almost flatten a Level 3.5 civilization planet. It can even compete with a Level 3 mid to late civilization. Chen Yu prepared these for the upcoming trip to the Level 3.5 civilization planet 500 light-years away. There may be one of the raw materials for repairing the warp engine of the No. 1 mothership. After some adjustments, Chen Yu prepared to set off with 2 home-class motherships left by the Cecilia star. He will bring 30,000 new attack ships, about half of which are powerful Kunster attack ships. The remaining 20,000 frigates are left to protect the Earth. These 20,000 frigates all have level 3.5 civilization matrix ion cannons, which are not only powerful in individual attacks. They can also launch matrix attacks together. Even if they encounter a level 3.5 civilization fleet, they can make the other party have no return. After making all the preparations, Chen Yu is ready to set off 500 light-years away. Of course, this time Chen Yu brought his 4 wives. How can a slow journey be without women? Nightly singing and dancing are not a problem for Chen Yu's current body. Chen Yu's second departure to explore the stars was broadcast live around the world again. Just as Chen Yu took his wives and boarded the renamed, Level 3 Early Civilization Home-class mothership, the new Universal ship. On the other side of the Earth, in the dense forests of South America, a secret underground experimental base is carrying out a shocking plan in full swing. Trump sat in front of an old-fashioned TV set. Watching the live broadcast on it, the orange flame on his hand kept jumping. Chen Yu, are you leaving again? I don't know what the Earth will be like when you come back next time. Chapter 175. Chen Yu led 2 home-class motherships seized from a Level 3 initial civilization. He headed straight for a Level 3.5 civilization planet 500 light-years away. Chen Yu named these 2 home-class motherships New Universal and Universal 2, respectively. The original Universal was left on Earth by Chen Yu. Inside the Universal's command center, Chen Yu and his 4 wives were lying on chairs that could extend and deform, resembling recliners. Chen Yu lay in the middle, served by his 4 wives. Captain, Universal 1 and Universal 2 home-class spaceships are ready. Orbital lock is complete. Ready to depart at any time. Suro and Xia Yushu excitedly rushed to the transparent glass, pressing against it, eager to see the incredible changes. As expected, with the warp engine activated, the Universal 1 spaceship began to enter another dimension, achieving faster than light travel. The surrounding stars looked like shooting stars, and then the spaceship seemed to enter another space-time. Wow, so many shooting stars! Those stars have turned into lines. It's amazing. Are we already traveling faster than light? Chen Yu stood up, came behind his two wives, and put his arms around them, explaining. That's right. We are now gradually accelerating to a maximum of 400 times the speed of light, flying out of our solar system in less than a day. Wow, that's so fast. 400 times the speed of light, how fast is that? Suro and Xiaoyushu exclaimed in surprise. A mere 400 times the speed of light is still too slow in the vast universe. Let me give you an analogy. Our current speed is like driving from Zhongcheng to Yanjing on the highway at a speed of 1 meter per hour. How fast do you think that is? If we want to traverse the Milky Way, which is like countless grains of sand in the universe, it will take hundreds of years. Do you still think this speed is fast? Suro and Xiaoyushu were both college students, and coupled with their years of involvement in the technology industry with Chen Yu, they certainly understood what Chen Yu meant. Then in the future, if we want to explore deeper into the universe, this speed definitely won't work. Suro said. Chen Yu pinched her little nose. Of course. This time, we are going to the level 3.5 civilization planet 500 light-years away to search for some elemental materials that I need. It's also a preparation for us to achieve thousands, tens of thousands, or even hundreds of millions of times the speed of light in the future. Hundreds of millions of times the speed of light? Then wouldn't we be able to go to the end of the universe to see what's there? Chen Yu looked at the starry sky, his eyes filled with profoundness. The end of the universe? Human scientists have been racking their brains trying to figure out what the end of the universe is. Is it a vast nothingness, or the boundary of another universe, or a thin cell wall? Perhaps our so-called universe is just a cell of some higher life form. Chen Yu and his 4 wives stood in front of the glass in the command center, brainstorming ideas. Although they were women, their knowledge was at the level of professional astronomers on Earth. And just like that, a year passed. Chen Yu absorbed the bright energy in the universe in his dedicated training room. This year, although he brought his wives with him, he did not neglect his training and mental exercises. Now Chen Yu had broken through to the middle stage of the interstellar stage 3 life form. His brain domain development reached 12.87%. According to the AI, if his brain domain reached 15%, he would have a new skill. That is, he could release his thought consciousness, a kind of brainwave. This thought consciousness could interfere with the consciousness of lower life forms and even control them to do things. As for Solara, she was originally an interstellar stage 2 life form, but her foundation was weak. She had previously used the low-level genetic modification fluid of their planet to improve her life level. Subsequently, Chen Yu re-injected her with a genetic modification fluid from his level 7 civilization. Although her life level had not changed, the speed of absorbing cosmic bright energy had significantly increased, and her foundation had gradually solidified. As for Suro and Xiaoyushu, Chen Yu asked them to exercise every day and strive to upgrade to interstellar stage 2 life forms as soon as possible. At that time, they could absorb cosmic bright energy, greatly improving their ability to survive in outer space. It could also greatly increase their lifespan. The edge of the solar system, near the Oort cloud about 1 light-year away. In a place of endless darkness, a twisted black hole suddenly appeared. If Chen Yu were here now and looked inside, he would see another star sea. This was actually a wormhole with space-time distortion, or a connection point of some other dimension. And inside, a dark black, circular spaceship the size of the moon was approaching. Suddenly, this space tunnel, like a wormhole, began to tremble. Chapter 176. Inside, the massive circular spaceship seemed to be twisting and deforming. From the circular spaceship, a large number of smaller ships flew out, but at that moment, the spatial distortion began to gradually return to normal. The scene inside slowly reverted to the original endless darkness. However, after the distorted space disappeared, some things were left behind. Messara's star. A home-class mothership slowly emerged from subspace. This was the home-class mothership that General Ceci and Sosane were returning on. After a year of flight, they finally returned to Messara's star. Due to food shortages, half of the people on the ship starved to death, with Messara's star crew members making up the majority. Because they couldn't beat the strong, ox-like Sicilian people. General Ceci, with his remaining hundreds of people, stayed on Messara's star briefly before immediately returning to Cecilia's star. Seeing the ship that came to pick up General Ceci and his crew leave, Sosane gritted his teeth. Although Cecilia's star lost 2 home-class motherships this time, 80% of his crew died, mostly from starvation, which was a heavy loss. Now, Sosane hates both Earth and the Sicilian people. But he can't do anything about it, but he has remembered this debt. Ceci returned to his home star, and unsurprisingly, his position as general was revoked, and he was sent into retirement. But Ceci was not satisfied. He sent the Earth information he had collected through secret channels to Nagel Star, a level 3.5 civilization in the M40 star region. Nagel Star was also looking for habitable life planets, and this news would undoubtedly inspire the people of their entire planet. Another 3 months passed. On the Universal Home Class Mothership, Chen Yu was absorbing cosmic Ming energy in the training room. Suddenly, the AI's voice sounded in his mind. Captain, Universal 1 and Universal 2 are about to emerge from warp space. We have arrived near Glur Star, a level 3.5 civilization in the M90 star region. Oh, have we finally arrived? Another year has passed. It seems this speed is still too slow. A mere 500 light years takes more than a year to travel, which greatly affects my exploration efficiency. In the past year, Chen Yu spent his time training, studying, and taking turns playing cards with his wives. Captain, Universal 1 and Universal 2's warp engines have been shut down. We are 50 million kilometers away from Glur Star. The probes on the asteroids within their star system have detected us and are sending a communication request. Oh, we were discovered right away? As expected of a level 3.5 civilization. Of course. Our Universal 1 and Universal 2 are only home-class ships of a level 3 early-stage civilization. Their probes can easily detect our presence. All right, connect their communication request. Yes, Captain, connecting for you now. Connection successful. A voice rang out in the cabin, using the Milky Way's common language. Only planets registered with the Milky Way Interstellar Federation use this common language. Chen Yu had learned the Milky Way's common language earlier on the Messera's home-class mothership. We are the Outer Defense Force of Glur Star, a planet registered with the Milky Way Interstellar Federation. Please state your intentions and the planet you belong to. Chen Yu directly replied using the Milky Way's common language. I am a home-class fleet from Messera's star in the M36 star region, and I have come here to do business with your Glur Star. Chen Yu was not wrong to impersonate a Messera's star ship, as his Universal 1 had more than 1,000 Messera's star people on board. Now, these Messera's star people are being well managed by Sarala, a woman with royal blood. They have also accepted reality and are now working for Chen Yu, which is quite good. At least they don't have to go back and face their interstellar court's judgment. The AI also took the opportunity to simulate the ship's identification information to resemble that of a Messera's star ship. The other parties seemed to be verifying and detected the identification information. Messera's star was indeed registered with the Milky Way Interstellar Federation. Knowing Chen Yu's background, the other party's tone was not as stiff. So you are friends from a level 2 peak civilization. Our inner star system does not allow home-class motherships from other planets to enter. If you want to come to our planet to trade goods, you must use a small ship or transfer to our planet's transport ship. Chapter 177. According to the standards they sent, the spacecraft entering their inner star system must not exceed 1.5 kilometers in length and width. The technological level of the spacecraft must also not exceed level 3.5 civilization. Because Glur Star itself is a level 3.5 civilization planet, they do not allow spacecraft more advanced than them to approach their home planet. As for spacecraft from higher civilizations, there's nothing they can do about it. And Chen Yu's own level 7 civilization number 1 mothership, with a length of at most 1.2 kilometers, just meets this standard. As for the restriction on Chen Yu's level 3.5 civilization spacecraft, the AI has plenty of solutions. The weapon systems of the number 1 mothership can be completely retracted, and the outer shell can even simulate the coding of a low-level civilization. Most importantly, the number 1 mothership can simulate the identification information of the low-level civilization Messera's star spacecraft. Glur Star mainly determines the level of a spacecraft through its own identification information. Because the identification information of each spacecraft cannot be modified. But for the AI, that's as easy as pie. Chen Yu communicated with the outer defense forces of Glur Star. Then, he piloted the spacecraft and followed their guiding ship, docking at the Starship port in outer space. This Starship port is very vast. But there were also some small shuttle ships and exploration ships with warp engines parked here. Captain, detected 4 level 3.5 civilization home class spacecraft. The spacecraft identification signals are from Glur Star itself, the length is about 30 kilometers, and the fastest shuttle speed reaches 800 times the speed of light. Chen Yu looked at the 4 huge Glurstar home-class motherships in front of him, and almost drooled. Wow, this is amazing, so big, it can accommodate the entire Zhang city, probably 20 million people can live in it. This is a municipality directly under the central government walking in the universe. And the shuttle speed of 800 times the speed of light is twice that of a level 3 early civilization. If I drive this spacecraft back, I can get home in more than half a year. If I can get one back when I leave, that would be great. Captain, the cost of this kind of home-class spacecraft is at least about 10 billion galaxy coins. We don't have enough money, and the other planet may not sell it. Okay, then, I will definitely get one this big if I have the opportunity in the future. Captain, bigger is not necessarily better. It mainly depends on your purpose. If you need to migrate a large number of people to other planets, this is like a bus in the universe. If you just want to explore the universe, our number 1 mothership is the most suitable. Chen Yu agreed with this point, but seeing such a huge spacecraft in front of him, he instinctively wanted to own it. After all, it's too big, it looks awesome. Following the command of the Glurstar guiding ship, Chen Yu docked the Huanyu No. 1 and Huanyu No. 2 spacecraft in their starship port. Then, he took his 4 wives to the loading bay and entered the Level 7 Civilization No. 1 mothership. This is the safest place for Chen Yu. He was preparing to take his most powerful spacecraft to Glurstar. Chen Yu believed that even if he encountered danger on Glurstar, as long as his Level 7 Civilization No. 1 mothership was there, he could retreat safely. The No. 1 mothership flew out of the loading bay of Huanyu No. 1. Then, it followed the guiding fleet and registered. At this moment, the weapon systems of the No. 1 mothership were all retracted inside, and even the appearance had undergone some changes. At least the cool black paint was gone, and instead, it was the same off-white coating as the home-class mothership. It looked much more backward, mainly to pretend to be backward, otherwise, they wouldn't even allow you to enter. After the spacecraft identification information was registered, Chen Yu obtained a code to enter the inner space and the designated orbit. Then, the AI followed the designated orbit and flew towards Glurstar itself. Inside the command room of the No. 1 mothership, Chen Yu instructed his 4 wives. When we get to Glurstar, you stay on the No. 1 mothership. It can protect your safety. I'll go to their planet first to see if there's anything I need. The 4 wives nodded obediently. Although they were curious about what a level 3.5 civilization planet looked like, they still listened to Chen Yu and didn't cause him any trouble. Chapter 178. Mothership No. 1 headed straight for Glurstar according to the prescribed orbit. After 2 days of routine flight, Chen Yu's mothership No. 1 finally arrived near the geocentric orbit of Glurstar. Chen Yu and his 4 wives, standing in front of the glass in the command room, looked at the blue planet before them, which was very beautiful. Brain, display the detailed data of Glurstar. Okay, Captain. Subsequently, the detailed data of Glurstar was displayed on the glass. The planet's diameter is 18,000 kilometers, which is a bit larger than Earth, which means that the gravity of this planet will be much greater than that of Earth. The atmospheric composition is slightly different from that of Earth, because the gravity of this planet is greater than that of Earth, so it has a denser atmosphere than Earth. The oxygen content is more than twice that of Earth, and Earth people should feel very awake or oxygen drunk here. Also, because the atmosphere is dense, the greenhouse effect is relatively strong, and the average temperature here is around 40 degrees Celsius, which can be said to be summer all year round. It's just that the people here are used to it, and they don't feel hot. The sun of Glurstar is a young and middle-aged star with a stable star system. After Chen Yu's spaceship arrived in the inner space, he received a notice from the Inner Defense Force of Glurstar. They requested that his spaceship dock at the starship port in the inner orbit. Chen Yu controlled Mothership No. 1 to come to the inner starship port according to the other party's instructions. Most of the ships docked here are small spaceships, densely packed. Chen Yu's spaceship has now changed its appearance and doesn't look very conspicuous. After parking the spaceship and docking with the universal docking device of the starship port, Chen Yu once again urged his wives. I will go to their starship port alone to apply for landing. You should always stay on the spaceship. I will send the pictures I see back to the holographic display screen in the command room. You are the safest in this spaceship, don't run around. The wives nodded obediently. Solala stood up and said. Chen Yu, let me go with you. No matter what, I am also a Tier 2 interstellar life form. Even if I encounter danger, I can help you. Chen Yu stroked Solala's small face. Lala, no need, I will go alone this time, in case of danger, I can act accordingly. Solala was reluctant to leave. Chen Yu kissed each of his 4 wives on the face, and then walked out of the command room. He came to the universal connecting cabin, opened the hatch, and walked into the Grolstar inner starship port with an artificial gravity field. After stepping into the starship port, the universal cabin door of Mothership No. 1 closed. Chen Yu felt the gravity inside the starship port, which was indeed greater than that of Earth. This should be the simulated gravity of Grolstar. Although the diameter of Grolstar is 6,000 kilometers larger than that of Earth, the gravity is at least twice as great. Chen Yu's movement on Grolstar is like carrying a person of his own weight on his back. But for Chen Yu, who is now a Tier 3 intermediate interstellar life form, 10 times the gravity is nothing to him. This 2 times has almost no effect on his actions. According to this upper body, the Grolstar people have a large head, and the facial features are concentrated in the middle of the face. It is somewhat similar to the Earth's population with megalencephaly syndrome. In short, they are not as good looking as the Earth people, the Mesolas star people, and the Cecilia star people. The robot guide made a sound to Chen Yu, using the Milky Way's common language. Hello, I am the robot guide of the Grolstar inner starship port. According to the information you submitted, you are Mr. Chen Yu from Mesolas star. Please follow me to complete some procedures, and then you can take the inner transport ship to the ground. Chen Yu nodded and followed the robot to the service hall. Arriving at a huge cabin, Chen Yu saw many aliens who did not look like the Grolstar people here. Presumably these should be people from other civilized planets, and their purpose here may be similar to his, all for trading. After all, according to the Milky Way Nebula map, the Grolstar civilization has the highest level within a few hundred light years. Chapter 179. Chen Yu arrived at a reception desk, where the staff was also a robot. Chen Yu sighed, as expected of a planet with a higher level of civilization, everything is basically done by robots. After Chen Yu filled out the information that his intelligent device had prepared, he received an identity card. There were already some aliens from other planets here. Most of them were humanoids, but there were also 2 creatures that didn't look like humanoids. They should be like the Kunstar star people, a non-humanoid civilization. They looked more like owls on Earth, and even had a layer of light fluff on their bodies. Chen Yu guessed that this should be an intelligent life form evolved from birds. No one from the human race approached within a few meters of the 2 birdmen. It seems that in the universe, the human race does not like these alien intelligent life forms. Just like when Chen Yu first saw the insect people on Kunstar star, he found them disgusting. Perhaps the human race is born with a sense of superiority. After all, the human race is a mainstream life form in the universe, and the 3 major ruling level 5 civilizations in the Milky Way are human planets. The 2 birdmen also seemed to feel a little inferior. So they stood in the corner of the connecting bay, looking at these good-looking humanoids with aggrieved expressions. Chen Yu felt that at this moment, it was similar to the feeling of 2 little owls on Earth seeing humans and being frightened. It was really a bit ridiculously funny. Soon, a transport ship arrived at the connecting bay, and after docking, everyone entered the transport ship. When the people were seated, the transport ship separated from the starship port connecting bay and officially flew towards the Grolstar mainland. There were about 20 people on the transport ship, probably from 7 or 8 civilized planets. Only Chen Yu was alone, the others were all traveling together. After the 2 owl people came in, they went straight to the corner, leaving the best seats for the humans. Chen Yu came to the seat next to the owl people and smiled at them, saying in the Milky Way common language, "Hey, how are you? I am from the level 2 peak civilization Mesolas star, where are you from?" The 2 owl people were obviously a little scared and timid. The 2 of them were actually hugging each other, and one of the owl people said nervously, "Hello, we are from Giant Bird Star, 300 light years away from here, a level 2 early civilization." Chen Yu nodded, no wonder they were so unconfident. Just being a level 2 early civilization, plus being aliens, made them even more discriminated against. Chen Yu just thought that these 2 looked almost like owls on Earth, and were quite cute, so he prepared to chat with them. So, Chen Yu chatted with the 2 owl people for more than 10 minutes, and the transport ship arrived on the ground. "It was a pleasure talking to you so much. I'll have a chance to visit your planet in the future. My name is Chen Yu." "Okay, Mr. Chen." After arriving on the ground, the two owl people hurriedly got off the spaceship. Chen Yu smiled faintly. From the conversation just now, Chen Yu knew what these two owl people were doing on Graal Star. They are a pair of siblings and are foreign affairs representatives of Giant Bird Star. Their entire planet saved money, and after paying the Interstellar Federation's management fees, they had a surplus of a dozen or 20 billion galaxy coins in recent years. They were preparing to come to Graal Star to purchase some technology to upgrade their spaceship. Their spaceship's light speed travel was only 150 times the speed of light, and it took them 2 years to fly to Graal Star. Chen Yu left the communication codes on the two owl people's identity cards. The identity card in Chen Yu's hand is not only a simple function to prove identity. It is actually equivalent to a mobile phone on Earth, which can be used for consumption, communication, etc. Chen Yu walked off the transport ship and looked around. This was a place similar to an airport. In the distance, you could see some towering buildings, which should be the city here. The architectural style is completely different from that of Earth. The buildings here are very huge, which is probably related to the relatively large gravity here. If the buildings are too thin, they may not be able to withstand such strong gravity. After Chen Yu completed the entry procedures at the Interstellar Affairs building of Graal Star, he walked out of the building. This is equivalent to the customs of Graal Star. After walking out of the customs building, Chen Yu was in trouble. Where should he go now? Should I find a hotel to stay in first? Chapter 180. When Chen Yu was going through customs procedures, he seemed to hear the robots say that during the 7-day free stay period, he could stay in the alien guest hotel of Graal Star for free. Chen Yu opened the Alien Precautions and Action Guide on his identity card, which was a holographic projection screen. It recorded some life, work precautions and procedures for aliens coming to Graal Star. After Chen Yu finished reading, he nodded knowingly. According to the steps, he found the alien free shuttle bus next to the customs building. Smiling, he went to the back row and sat next to them. Because they had chatted a lot on the transport ship, the three were quite familiar with each other. Chen Yu felt that the technology in his hand was not worse than that of Graal Star, so he said to the owl siblings. Brother De Mao, you come to Graal Star to buy technology to upgrade your spaceship. Actually, I have what you want. If you want it, I can sell it to you at a lower price than Graal Star. Yes, Brother De Mao is the owl brother's name, not Chen Yu's honorific title for him, and the owl sister is called Little Mao Mei. Brother De Mao's owl face showed surprise. Mr. Chen, do you also have such technology? Of course, I am also a level 2 peak civilization human race. Also, I have not only level 2 peak civilization technology, but also level 3.5 civilization technology. Like Graal Star, I have what they have, and mine may be more simplified and easier to manufacture. Chen Yu was not lying about this. He had a level 3.5 technology library optimized by a level 7 civilization. Brother De Mao and Little Mao Mei whispered to each other, probably communicating in their own planet's language. After a while, Brother De Mao said with some embarrassment. Mr. Chen Yu, private technology transactions between planets are a serious crime. Does your planet not restrict you from doing this? Chen Yu was stunned. He didn't know there was such an operation. Haha. Is that so? But I can represent our planet and sell you the technology. At this time, Little Mao Mei said. Mr. Chen Yu, it's not that we don't believe you, but we are afraid that there is no guarantee for transactions with individuals like you, and we are also afraid that there will be no after-sales service. So, let's buy from Graal Star officials. Even if it's more expensive, at least the other party includes after-sales service. Chen Yu curled his lips, it seemed that he had thought too simply. But Chen Yu still said. I can also provide after-sales service. I can send you a quantum communicator. You can take it back together. I will sell you the technology. If you don't understand anything, I will help you at any time. Chen Yu showed his sincerity, but the owl siblings still hesitated and refused. Chen Yu had no choice but to give up. Then let's keep in touch. Within these 7 days, you can come to me if you figure it out. To express my sincerity, I will give you a technology for free first. Chen Yu took out a universal storage device from his pocket. There were a lot of these on Universal 1. It contained scientific and technological information recorded in the galactic common characters. Brother De Mao took the U-disc-like thing and asked curiously. Mr. Chen Yu, technology given to us for free? What's in here? You can take it back and see for yourself. If you think it's good, you can contact me at any time within these 7 days. As he spoke, the shuttle bus stopped, and outside was the public hotel that received aliens. Chen Yu gave them the U-disc and got off the bus. As for the U-disc, it was just a very basic technology of level 3.5 civilization. But it was enough to shock the owl siblings. Chen Yu got off the bus and saw the hotel in front of him. Compared with those magnificent buildings, it seemed very simple. Chen Yu followed the robot guide for a stroll and took a look at the living environment. Chen Yu was speechless. This was not even as good as a small hotel on Earth. How could he, the dignified ruler of the Earth and the captain of a level 7 civilization spaceship, live in such a place? Although it was free here, Chen Yu was going to the city to stay in a 5-star hotel. Of course, it was not certain whether there was a 5-star hotel on Glurstar. Chen Yu went downstairs and saw the owl siblings were already checking in. They should have accepted the reality of living here. Chen Yu shook his head and walked out of the hotel. He read the alien action guide and learned some basic rules of life here. He walked to a public shuttle bus, which was equivalent to a taxi. Sitting in the back row, it was quite advanced inside, with a large screen. Chen Yu imagined that the civilization level here was after all 3.5, and voice operation should be no problem. So Chen Yu directly said, "Go to the best hotel in your Glurstar city." Chen Yu was located in Glurstar city, which was the most prosperous city in Glurstar. After Chen Yu finished speaking, a mechanical voice sounded in the car. "Okay, alien passenger, you are about to go to the Glur Interstellar Hotel. Please swipe your identity card and pay 2,000 Glurstar coins." Where did Chen Yu get Glurstar coins? He only had 5 billion galaxy coins. So Chen Yu asked symbolically, "Can I use galaxy coins?" The robot's voice sounded again. Of course, the current exchange rate between Glurstar coins and galaxy coins is 5 million to 1. Please pay 0.0004 galaxy coins.